Well, good afternoon and welcome to North Hobart Oval for the SFL Premier League Men's Preliminary Final. A spot on the big stage awaits the victor against Lauderdale. Will it be Clarence or North Hobart who meet them in the decider a week from today? It'll be a cracking battle. Clarence went down narrowly last week to the Bombers. The Demons broke a 15-year drought in finals by beating Glenorchy at this very ground. Due to Bell Reeves' unavailability, they basically get themselves a home preliminary final here today. As an added bonus, I'm Andrew calling the action alongside me in this big one. It's a very good afternoon to Tubes Taylor.
Yeah, it's great to be here at North Hobart Oval, and you know the ground itself is synonymous with finals. And as you said, for such a long time, it's not been the North Hobart Demons, and thanks to Cricket Tasmania, they've lucked out and they're getting a home prelim despite ending up. Well, they ended up fourth on the ladder, didn't they?
Yeah, it's certainly a lot fewer wins than the Rouge
third on the ladder, I think. And as we said, quite a few losses more than the team they face today. It's going to be a real sensational game here. As both these sides stacked with talent. A couple of ins for the sides. Nick Steele goes out of the side with a broken collarbone. Archie Hurd comes in for Clarence. And in comes Tyler McGuinness, and Finn Pope goes out with injury. Umpire holds the ball aloft. Andrew Cooling take it away.
So we're ready to go in the preliminary final. Mapley and James meet in the middle, just volleyed straight into Hanslow there. Copped that early as Sulzberger tries to get his kick away. Umpire's whistle had sounded. A free kick going the way of the Roos, and it'll go to Harper, who can launch the Roos forward for the first time this afternoon. Millward was there, but drifting in is the man you mentioned into the side today for the Demons. A big in, Tyler McGuinness. They'll be delighted to have him back. Wrapping around the back is McLeod. That's ignored. McGuinness will head wide and set a task over there for Wilson. Knocked away from him. Handball back inboard from Kilpatrick. And now Sulzberger sweeps it back to Kilpatrick. Poking it down the line was Devine. He was precise by a foot to Wilson. Wilson looks up as Devine was collected off the footy here, and that's going to be 50.
Yeah, Riley Banks just unnecessarily hits Archie Devine off the ball, and a 50-metre penalty is the result. And the Demons come from everywhere. A little bit of push and shove on it, and we can hear that North Hobart coach is saying, get him out of it. It's unnecessary, and there's been an off, and in fact, Riley Banks has been sent off, Andrew Cooling, so he's been given a yellow card.
Well, what a dramatic start to this game. And Jack Wilson is marched within scoring range to land an early blow for the Demons. It looks pretty good off the boots. He drives it through. It's the perfect stuff for the Demons. Wilson on target, and some ill discipline costing the Roos there. You want to impose yourself physically early in the game, but that is not how to go about it, Tuesday.
Well, off the ball hit, there's no place for that in our game ever. And rightfully so, the 50-metre penalty, and they went a long way, and Wilson finished with ice in his veins too. It was a beautiful kick and puts the D's up by 6 points less than 2 minutes into the term. Hot start by the D's, a little undisciplined from the Clarence Roos. 2 minutes in, prelim final. The D's will be fired up, and there was a fair bit of noise coming out of the North Hobart coaching box. Next to us here, Andrew Cooling. Mapley and James. Mapley wins it down. Little slip there. James going to get there first. He gives a handball off. Can't get there. Nice pick up and clearing stuff by Cooney. He got his handball away. Rush kick by Propotny goes to the corridor. Bouncing ball over the top. Going to get there first is Ferguson. He's got a little bit of time, but he gets himself into a bit of trouble. Fulsang, clever. Is that holding the footy? No. Umpire says play on. And we'll see a ball up at left half forward for the Roos. Bit of feeling in it early, Andrew Cooling. So the ball to be thrown up again. James gets to the front of the pack. Umpire's pulled out a free kick. It'll go the way of the Roos. It's like Jai Millward to take the kick from outside 50. He pops it up to the top of the square. Bit of work to be done here. Glover went high. Down at the bottom of the pack, Cooney. He's tackled hard. Number of D's around the ball. Sulzberger got it away. There's push and shove here on. Is it a free kick going to D's? No, the umpire's going to take it and ball it up.
So the Roos looking to respond to Wilson's opener. Deep in the attack. Hay won it down, straight to the opposition though. Hurried clear and kick Out towards Miller, spinning through as Norton couldn't gather it. Sulzberger, high handball that allowed Preshaw to come in, apply some pressure. The Roos now looked to send it inside 50, but Millard chops it off, swings it over his shoulder. Not much forward of the football. Took a slightly accommodating bounce for Procopiece. Plenty of numbers around there for the Roos. In comes Wilson. Couldn't gather it cleanly. Norton had the ball stripped from him. Harper applying some pressure, and they force a stoppage. Pretty good result for the Demons, given they were well and truly outnumbered forward of centre there. Sun beating down on North Hobart. Beautiful day for football here. It's one down. Fuchslang lofts it forward. Spiked away. It's going to be 2 goals to start the final to Wilson. He runs into an open goal, says thank you very much. A dream start to this one for Jack Wilson, and a dream start for the Demons.
Well, that was just brilliant stuff by Wilson. Read the ball the best, and hot start by him personally. He's got 2 goals to his name, and there's only about 5 minutes gone in the turn. That's prelim final right there. Clarence just can't get their hands on the footy and get clear movement. Wow.
You're up and about the Demons. It was a big breakthrough victory for them last week, as they get out to a 12-0 lead early on here.
So it's back in the middle. Prelim finals. They're funny things, finals footy. We saw it yesterday in the Community League with Hillville Lions beating an undefeated Signet. Handball came out nicely from Harper. They go forward again, inside forward 50, bouncing ball, and it just goes over the line for a behind. Hanslow, I believe it was, kept it there. Getting it through for a behind. McGuinness, that's a terrible kick. Josh Green's going to have a shot. They're tough to kick from here. There's a man next to us in Robbie Devine who kicked him from here for fun in his career. And the Josh Green's got that. Same kick. Well,
if anyone the Clarence list could, it would be this man.
The William Leach medalist, along with Sam Siggins, who kicked from just outside 50. I tell you what, he's made a fool of me. That's not going to make the distance. Oh, big strong mark. In the square, nicely done, Jai Millwood. Just a strong contested grab. He's a long human. And he reached up and clunked it beautifully. And he'll have a shot directly in front. Well, the Josh Green kick was all right in the end. He's getting a little bit of attention from Finn Lappin. Millwood drills the goal. First goal of the day for Clarence goes to Jai Millwood.
Just a nice settler there for them. Hadn't got their hands on the football too much, and just a bit of a gift really from McGuinness. The unforced error really with the kick just went too wide, put it out on the full. Green puts it to the teeth of goal, and strong mark from Jai Millwood gets him a foothold into this game. So we're on the board, back within 5 points.
How good's finals footy? Ooh, don't you love it?
Good atmosphere of the ground here. Big occasion, the Demons looking to make it a second finals victory after breaking that 15-year drought last week. The teams desperate to book their spot in the finals. Harper turns away with the left, lofts it, searching for Millwood arriving. McGuinness body on the line, got there and won it.
Gee, that's courageous.
2 players, just eyes for the football. McGuinness plucked it.
Mapley very sore, but okay. He's coming off with a bit of a head knock by the looks of things. Is there
blood rule?
Yeah, a bit of blood coming out of him. I never did that once in my career. Max Mapley's coming off for a spell too. So it looks like we'll have a headband running around the top of Tyler McGuinness's noggin.
It was pure courage. And he made the error moments ago. That's the way to redeem it right there for McGuinness. Although another unforced error. It's just poor kicking inside their defensive 50. It'll be a stoppage. This may be just the pressure of the occasion getting to a couple of the Demons there. Green is put down off the ball. Tried to sell the umpire on it. Umpire says, get up, Greeny. Tossed into play. One down by Millwood. Rove superbly by Gapen, who snaps and just snaps off line. Spiked through for a behind.
So behind there, it'll be McLeod to take the kick from full back. They just need to fix up their kicks. Gee, that one nearly missed the mark too, as Ferguson just caught it at his ankles. Not a lot of movement here. Long kick down the line. Wilson in front, pushed across the line, boundary throw in. So they got the ascendancy early, the D's, and then just have made some critical errors in their defensive 50. James in the ruck against Jasper Hay, just shallow throw in. Got the handball down to Salzberger, and they force it across the line for another boundary throw in. There's a lot of noise coming out of North Hobart, whereas on our right, whereas to our left, Clarence, a little more calm.
One of the more vocal coaching boxes in the league, the North Hobart one, it's fair to say.
I like passion, Andrew Cooling.
He tossed into play, half forward for the Demons. Hay reaching over the top. No one can win it cleanly as it's locked in there. Diving on top, Baxter Norton. Key mover for this Clarence outfit. Hay gets the better of James, but straight down to Caswell. His handball indiscriminate. Turner jumping on top and forces another stoppage.
Just a little scrappy early, isn't it? There's not a lot of free play. Andrew Cooling.
It hasn't been the prettiest spectacle to begin as Caswell again dives in and forces yet another stoppage. Can't blame the conditions. It is a glorious day here for football. Ground in great nick. A little bit of wind, but nothing too bad as it's spiked back towards the line and it'll be tossed in again.
Yeah, a little bit of a breeze, probably going to the left of screen to the Letitia Street end. That's swirling in, if anything. If you missed it earlier, Clarence made their way into the Premier League Grand Final for the Women's League. So you see that ball just hold up in the air. It is probably blowing down Letitia Street, but favouring the left-hand side of screen, as I said, a little.
Well, it's definitely impacted those last two throws.
Yes. Another boundary throw in. James up against Hay. And he's got the big one sock up, one sock down. Falconised James. Down the middle, Cooney trying to get a handball. He's wrapped up in a tackle straight away. And the ball up. So we've had 4 stoppages in a row here at half forward for the D's. Fulsang can't get it away. Somehow a rush kick came out from Caswell and we'll see another ball up. That's 5 stoppages, Andrew Cooling. I know you love stoppage footy.
Just locked there at the moment, isn't it? Can anyone get a clearance here? Hay reaches over the top, arriving with some speed, Sulzberger, but he's taken across the line and we'll have a 6th stoppage. We're all just living in this little section of the ground at the moment. The Demons leading by 4 points. Having kicked the first 2 of the game via Jack Wilson, as it'll be tossed in yet again. James and Hay, very familiar with each other early on. Hay reaches over the top, won that one down. Sulzberger turns away with it. Handball back inside to Dixon. Hurries a kick inside the forward 50. Boval from behind. Spoiled it away. Out towards the line it goes. Boundary line wins out again.
Gee, I got all excited there. We had about 35 seconds of open play and then we've got another stoppage. We know this is what happens in finals footy. As it starts to open up, that'll maybe be a free kick. Salzberger, rather Fulsang, doing a bit of work. Boundary throw in again. Hay wins it down. Here's Salzberger right on cue, bending it around the corner into the corridor. Bouncing ball. Here's a chance for the man of the moment, Wilson. He can't quite gather the footy. Johnston can't gather. That man can. Hugh McCallum gave it off. And they go forward again through Tom Green. Inside forward 50. Going back with a flight. Couldn't quite gather the mark was Millwood. At the back for Cooney. Cooney got his hands free, gave it off to Millwood. Handball to his ankles though. Here's a chance now, bending it around the corner. Glover, bouncing ball behind. It's nice to see some open play there, Andrew Cooley.
A long time coming. As Ferguson drops it off for McLeod, he'll stab it centrally and find Devine at half-back. Kept it moving to Sulzberger. Kicked it straight to the man on the marking. Gapin broke it up. Glover now applies some pressure. Gapin goes back in. Holding the ball, says the umpire. Advantage paid. And they'll use it. Hurd drives it to Green, who takes the mark on the lead. He'll have to kick from the paint of 50. He wastes no time. Wheels, goes, drives it, but drives it off line for a minor score.
Who kicked that one?
Green.
No. They're just doing their thing, just trying to catch up via points. Kick goes out wide. McLeod just massages it to full sing. Handball out the wide to the user in McLeod. Through fingertips. Back of the pack, Max Gapin. Can't get it past Josh Bingham, who bunts it forward. And here we are back in this spot of the ground, which we so much despise. Boundary throwing.
Toss back into play. Napley back into the ruck for the Roos. Jones took front position. Handball found its way there. Just looking for the free kick as Devine just angled the body, dropped the knees. The umpire said, no, holding the football. I'm not being sucked in by that. Free kick away of the Roos.
They're marking up beautifully here, North Hobart. They've man on man.
Kick to a contest. James brings it to ground. Green dives in on top. Walker trying to get it free. The umpire's whistle had sounded, and a free kick will go the way over the shoulder of Sulzberger. And Lapham, who wastes absolutely no time, stabs it inside 50. Too sharp for Bogle. Here's Miller out the back. Miller balks. Just punted it backwards. Trying to dance through some traffic. The handball across to Reeves. High up and under kick. Arriving there was a big fly from Barrow. Couldn't quite reel it in. Handball across. Reeves lurking. So too Fuslang. And another stoppage called. It's the Demons pressing here.
Gee, that was a big leap from Zach Barrow. He got up high. Just forgot to grab the footy. Mind you, you get up that high, you sort of panic a bit, don't you? You see Napley win it down to the back. Nicely won. Driven forward by the Roos. Taken here by Glover. Glover goes inboard. Now it's a foot race. Who's going to get there first? Hugh McCallum. Jack ducks back into the corridor. That's a smart kick. Hits his man. Glover plays on quickly. Sends the ball into the corridor. Nice defensive work. That was good by Lockie Davey. He showed a little bit of pace. That was brilliant by Ferguson. And now a big tackle laid. Umpire says, oh, take it, fellas, and ball it up.
Superb from McCallum. Just the mark, the turn back inside, the precise kick. Just opened things up and almost able to catch the Demons' defence out. Forward 50 stoppage here. Here's Green. He's immediately knocked up by Lapham.
That's a contest I'll be watching really closely today. Finn Lapham, Josh Green.
It's the big job. He's the man they need to stop.
Both with shaved legs.
This one's smacked on by Lapham, but he smacked it straight to Gapin, who turned it around the corner. While dropping the mark there, sliding in was McGann. And the Demons will clear it out. Too sharp for Barrow, though. An opportunity now for McCallum to just show some composure and stab it over the top to Glover. And, well, I can only assume Sulzberger thought it wasn't 15 because he just clattered in to Glover, and that'll be 50 metres.
You got to play the whistle. That's another undisciplined act that we've seen here today. The first one came from Clarence, a little evener, maybe by the umpires, for Glover to go in and have this shot at goal. Directly on the line, he goes bang.
A gift there. And the Roos get their noses in front. Ill discipline from both teams. Seemed a pretty clear whistle to me. And Sulzberger just came in unnecessarily. And much like it was at the other end, just kind of turns a difficult chance into a goal. Another joins Millwood goal kickers list. Single piece here. 4-point lead the way of the Roos have just settled into this contest after being jumped early.
Well, 6 shots to 2 probably tells the story, Andrew Cooling. Clarence have had the majority of the play, not through lack of trying from North Hobart, just a few missed kicks. Hurts. Back in the middle. One down by James. Trying hard was Caswell. He got wrapped up in a tackle. We'll see another ball up just forward of centre for North Hobart. Again, they go at it. James wins it down this time. Through with pace came Hanslow. Got it away. Really good stuff from Gapin, gathered in traffic, and the tackle was laid on Harper. Umpire's given a free kick. It'll go to Caswell. Caswell could have a shot from here, quite honestly. He's got a little bit of a breeze at his back, needs to hang it out to the left-hand goalpost. Instead, he just bunts one inside forward 50 and Kilpatrick all by himself.
Slack marking from the Clarence defence there. Just left him all on his own. 40 out directly in front the shot will come from. Just poor man marking.
Kilpatrick will kick from about 40 metres out. If this is a true 50, don't think it quite is. But for some reason, North Hobart always just that little bit of extra length that players need. Kilpatrick comes in, gets very close to the man on the mark, and he's threaded it. Great stuff by Oysters Kilpatrick. He gets his first, the third of the game for North Hobart, and they hit the front.
A lovely kick made the goal umpire work, but started close enough there to that left behind post. So there is a bit of win factor. Squeezed it in. Kicked a couple of goals last week in game number 150 to Kilpatrick, and he gets one early on here to restore the Demons' lead.
It stops a run of 6 scoring shots too, Andrew Cooling, which just a little mental battle for North Hobart to be in front after they've had 6 shots to naught.
They've been on the back foot for the last 10 minutes or so, but they nudge back in front. Tight game developing here in the preliminary final. It's 8 with Lauderdale awaits the victors. Mapley back out there with the bandaged head after that head clash with McGuinness. James trying to take it out of the middle, was stripped of the football. Spills out. James heaves the handball across to Miller. Miller to McLeod under immediate pressure, forced off it, but illegally so in the umpire's estimation. And he'll get the free kick, Will McLeod. Thought about sharing the handball with Sulzberger, then thought better of it and heads wide instead and finds Slang on defensive side of the wing. He's doing a pretty good job shutting down his options. Just tries to laser one to half forward. Spills out the back. Preshaw was there. He's brought to ground. Another stoppage forced at half forward.
I've not enjoyed the football when it's been in this area.
I think the wind's just kind of sucking the play to that section of the ground a bit. It's definitely the way the wind is blowing as James wins that. Norton flashes through the contest, and now he can burst out the back and float one up towards Green. It's a beautiful ball. Wide open forward 50 ahead of Green. He just drops into space ahead of Riley Banks, who spilled it at the last second. Jeez, he had 99% of it, but when he hit the ground, the ball came out.
And I think there might have been a little high tackle there. North Hobart unlucky to not get the free kick. So ball up inside the square. One down. This is where Green does some of his most dangerous work. Here's a chance now for Gapin. Walker in trouble. Great tackle. Play on's the call from the umpire. McGuinness has time to just assess what's in front of him. Sends it long and just tapped across the line. That's the first time we've seen Clarence get a little bit furious in the commentary box next to us here. Dan Cooney unlucky to not get that holding the ball call. So ball up and half forward for Clarence.
Tossed back into play here as James and Mapley lock up. Mapley reaches over the top. Want it down. Paprotny fight out the handball back there to Preshaw. Stabbing pass is a good one to half forward. Opportunity now for Hanslow to drive them deep inside the forward 50. Spiked away and marked, says the umpire. They'll play on quickly. Wide ball for Volta bursting into space. He's got some room to manoeuvre at half back here. Assesses the options, then drives a wide kick and make Kilpatrick work for it. Now to play for a ball in.
Gee, I love the name Anthony Volta. That's some mafia type stuff, isn't it? Tony Volta. As we see a ball in just forward of centre for the North Hobart Demons. Mapley and James to do battle. Mapley wins it down to the front of the pack. Handball comes up nicely. And the handball made a man kick in a hurry, and Hanslow and going back to the flight. McGuinness, he's done that a lot with his intercept marks. Got the old bandage around the head as a clash came earlier. Long little 9-iron chip in the end. Big fly from a number of players. Jane stayed down at the front of the pack and it just bobbled out of his hands, and we'll see another ball up. Charlie Boval gets high. Harper gets tackled. We'll see another ball up. Boval and Mapley do it again. Mapley wins this one down. Salzberger came through fast. Handball comes out nicely. Will Pepin bends one around the corner into the corridor. Coming to meet the footy though. Brilliant stuff. Like Harper.
Harper just heads wide. They just had Philpott dropping to be the loose, and they had the 2-on-1 as a result there. Harper was able to go as Philpott picked up his man, just dropping the player defensive side of that stoppage as they use every inch of North Hobart oval there, then chip it back inbound to Hanslow. They're flowing through the middle of the ground here now via Glover. He'll drive them deep inside the forward 50. Chance here, but nicely defended away. It's ball to be won. Gapin trying to make it work. Good play though from Ferguson. Right, trying to clear the area. Davey flicked a handball over the top. Running onto it was Boval. Turned into some trouble. Glover met him physically. Just impacted the kick slightly. Hanslow will be first to it. Under pressure from McLeod. Tries to shrug free of him and does so. Tyson Hanslow. Now he sets it up. He's got a couple on, but drifting across is Boval. And he takes the relieving mark.
Boval will take the ball from the back pocket. He's got numbers on the opposite side of North Hobart Oval. Gets called to play on, then sells a little bit of candy. Don't mind it. Gained himself an extra 10 metres and sent the ball long down the wing. Pepin flew high, couldn't get the footy. Over the top came Gapin. The umpire now circles and says, give it to me. So we've seen a lot of stoppages here today. 26 minutes into the first term. It's a 2-point margin in favour of the North Hobart Demons. They haven't really played that well to be that far not in front at all. Mapley with some candy sends it down long. Hayes going to have to fly. He does. Glover at the front of the pack. Just got a little bit of the footy stops on the ball. They're in trouble here, the D's. I'll be happy with the stoppage if they can just hold it up. As the players all just standing a little flat-footed. We'll see a ball up. We're in junk time now.
Clarence looking to regain the lead here. Hay out of the ruck contest. Slick handball found its way to Harper, bending it back towards the goals. And Clarence retake the lead via Jared Harper, who snaps truly on the left foot. It just had the journey. And Clarence reclaimed the lead by 4 points. Tidy finish there. The experienced man Harper. So often the man side need a play in the big moment. Steps up here, first quarter of this preliminary final.
That was just opportunistic stuff, and that's what Jared Harper's capable of doing, isn't he? He's so clever, he's wiry, breaks through packs and knows where the goals are.
Midfielders who can hit the scoreboard, valuable commodities in any team.
Yeah, at any level too. Hay gets the win down. Harper right on cue. Got his kick away and it was snavelled nicely by Hanslow, and they're out again. This long kick goes inside forward 50. Proprotny gets it to Green. He turns around and has a little chat to Finn Lapham. And he says, I am the king of junk time. Takes a mark. This is a gimme, in my opinion, for Josh Green. 28 minutes gone. Josh Green. He likes it off the boot. Does the umpire? Yes. Josh Green gets his first back-to-back goals for the Clarence Roos. Puts them 10 points up late in the first term.
Puts the chest out and lets them know all about it. So Josh Green, never shy of a word. Some wonderful work between he and the crowd down at the tip last week. Plenty of interactions going on down there, but he's got his tail up early in this one, Greeny.
He's pretty loud when he steps over that white line. Once he steps on the opposite side of the ground, he goes a bit quiet. I tried to interview him at the William Leach Medal last week, and he spoke, but he didn't have a lot to say.
Saving it all for the field, perhaps. So a couple on the bounce late in quarter number one here for the Roos, and they lead this one by 10 points. They've kicked 4 of the last 5. They've really worked their way on top of the contest. Demons would love to snag one back late the other way, but the pressure comes in the middle. It's going to be a Davey free kick for holding the ball. He can send the Roos forward again. He wants to give the handball. He did so to Norton. Norton lasers one to Mapley. Sublime ball use from Baxter Norton.
And that's what the Clarence have done all year. That run and carry and perfect ball use to a lead into space. They cut you up.
And Norton kind of move to half back and then just charges off the back of that square from centre clearances there. They look to feed him wherever they can, and that's why he's such a good user of the ball. Now Mapley for 2 and 30 seconds for the Roos. It looks very good off the boots. And the Roos are out to a 16-point break. Max Mapley fires it through. They're making their move late in quarter number one. It's 5 of the last 6. And they're storming away here in the first term at North Hobart Oval.
That is just beautiful ball use from the centre of North Hobart Oval. Magnificent. That's the sort of stuff that you want to see in any level of football.
There's nothing the defence can do, can they? Leading out like that, hit on the chest with speed. There is nothing a defender can do in that situation. It's going to be a long day for that back 6 if it keeps coming in like that.
3 junk time goals to the Clarence Roos. Just puts a little bit of doubt into the North Hobart players. And down again. This will be a stoppage. So another reset. James Hay wins it down nicely. Rush kick came from Baxter Norton. Hay gave a handball back. There's just numbers everywhere. Gapin goes wide, looking for Cooney. There's just so much space inside that Clarence forward line. Hay just read it best. Or was that semi-right? It's semi-right. So the two... Millwood. Oh, I'm getting...
23.
Sorry, opposite team. Yeah. No, John Millwood. He's very much looks like Jasper, don't they? They've got the same haircut.
They've got some lanky lads in that forward line.
Well, Hayes made his way into the half forward line. He's all by himself, still about 20 metres out. But Millwood's putting it on his shoulders. Will kick from the paint of 50. A real helicopter punt, Gross, and that's a great mark to Hugh McCallum floating across the front of the pack. Wow.
This game has swung significantly in red time. Chance for a 22-point lead here now. The Roos running right.
Umpire's just directing Josh Green to get out of the way. Hugh McCallum. Slight angle. Beautiful kick straight through the middle. 4 unanswered goals. Unbelievable.
Yeah, this has really turned. It was a bright start from the Demons, but since then it's largely been one-way traffic. Clarence really getting on top around the middle of the ground, giving their forwards good looks. 22-point lead late in quarter number one. Now running away with this one. Demons kicked the first two, 6 of the last 7 now for Clarence. Just get the sense the Demons desperate for that quarter time siren to come so they can regroup.
I am too, just so I can figure out which team's which.
Well, the one in white's the one kicking all the goals as James tries to send them forward here. A free kick had been blown, so it's going to be Reeves to send the Demons forward. They could badly do with a late strike here. Reeves sets it up. Miller on the lead and finds it. He shone last week. He immediately points to the big sticks. There's Jack Miller. He says, I've got this. And boy, do his team need him to stand up here. This young star who shone so brightly a week ago on this ground. Can he kick a settling goal for his side here and stop this run of Clarence goals? He kicks from about 55. It's working back.
Never
in doubt. Jack Miller, what a star he is. And there is the siren for quarter time. A huge kick to give his side a lift heading into the break. He cuts the lead back to 16 points. Boy, did his team need him there. And boy, did Jack Miller just stand up.
Oh, it was brilliant. That kick, he was with authority telling everyone, I'm going back, I'm kicking this goal, and he executed it beautifully. He worked the breeze nicely, and it brings that margin back to 16 points.
A lot easier for the coaching staff to sell a positive message heading into the huddle with that moment too than, Clarence would just kick 4 goals in no time whatsoever. You're feeling bad. That just gives you a lift to go into the huddle and gives some belief that they can work back into this one.
A little bit of bump of positivity in finals footy is just so critical. It raises your heads, it gets you pumped up, and nothing like the ball going through the goals when the siren sounds, just to give you a bit of belief. We'll take a quick break here. It's Clarence by 16 points in the Hobart Airport SFL prelim final for the Banjo's Bakery Premier League at North Hobart. Tubes Taylor and Andrew Cooling with you. Don't go anywhere. Second term coming up next.
A dream start to this one for Jack Wilson. A dream start for the Demons.
Well, that was just, along with Sam Siggins, a kick from just outside 50. I tell you what, he's made a fool of me. That's not going to make the distance. Oh, big strong mark. In the square, nicely done, John Millwood. And he'll have a shot directly in front. Well, the Josh Green kick was all right in the end. He's getting a little bit of attention from Finn Lapp, and Millwood drills the goal. First,
as Harper turns away with the left, lofts it, searching for Millwood arriving. McGuinness body on the line, got there and won it.
Gee, that's courageous.
2 players, just opportunity now for McCallum to just show some composure and stab it over the top to Glover. And, well, I can only assume Sewell's going to maybe by the umpires for Glover to go in and have this shot at goal directly on the line. He goes bang. Gift there. And the Roos get their noses in front. Good discipline from both teams.
Instead, he just bunts one inside forward 50 and Kilpatrick all by himself.
Slack marking from the Clarence.
Comes in, gets very close to the man on the mark, and he's threaded it. Great stuff by Oysters. Kilpatrick, he gets his first, the third of the game for North Hobart.
It's a beautiful ball, wide open forward 50 ahead of Green. He just drops into space ahead of Riley Banks, who spilled it at the last second. Jeez, he had 99% of it, but when he hit the ground, the ball came out.
Junk time now.
Clarence looking to regain the lead here. Hey, out of the ruck contest. Slick handball found its way to Harper, bending it back towards the goals. And Clarence retake the lead via Jared Harper, who snaps truly on the left foot.
This long kick goes inside forward 50. Propotny gets it to Green. He turns around and has a little chat to Finn Lapham. He says, I am the king of junk time. Josh Green. He likes it off the boot. Is the umpire? Yes. Josh Green gets his first back-to-back goals for the Clarence Roos, puts them 10 points up.
Again, he wants to give the handball. He did so to Norton. Norton lasers one to Mapley. Sublime ball used from Baxter Norton.
And
A 2 in 30 seconds for the Roos. It looks very good off the boots. And the Roos are out to a 16-point break. Max Mapley flies it through. They're making their move late in quarter number one. It's 5 of the last.
Just so much space inside that Clarence forward line. Hay just read it best. For the paint of 50. Real helicopter punt, Gross, and that's a great mark to Hugh McCallum floating across the front of the pack. Flight angle. Beautiful kick straight through the middle. 4 unanswered goals.
Sets it up, Miller on the lead and finds it. He shone last week, he immediately points to the big sticks. There's Jack one of Clarence goals. He kicks from about 55, it's working back.
Oh, what a kick.
Never in doubt, Jack Miller, what a star he is. And there is the siren for quarter time. A huge kick to give his side a lift. The back for the second quarter here at North Hobart Oval. A late Jack Miller goal, giving the Demons a bit of spark, but the 15 minutes beforehand was all Clarence as they worked their way out to a handy break. They lead by 16 points, so we prepare to get underway here.
A run of 4 goals to Clarence in that moment before the Jack Miller goal certainly put a little dagger into the heart of any North Hobart supporter. We'll just go through the goal kickers. Jack Wilson's got a couple, Callum Kilpatrick with 1, Jack Miller with 1. And for the Roos, 6 individual goal kickers, Hugh McCallum, John Millwood, Max Mapley, Josh Green, Jared Harper and James Glover, all with 1 each. So I think Coach Grant Fagan will be relatively happy with that. The spread of goals.
Very impressive spread as we're underway. Need the ruck decisively. Hanslow tries to bust his way through, but Caswell brings him to ground. Clarence really got on top as the second quarter wore on. See if the Demons can fight their way back in. Norton tried to get a handle on. Pepin was there, fell the way of James. Lofts one inside the forward 50. It'll be one at ground level. Caswell turns a kick around the corner. Bounced over the top. Hands and knees spin out to divide over the top. Goal number 3 coming up for Jack Wilson. From point blank range, he fires through another. He's having himself a day as Wilson. And the Demons get 2 on the bounce.
Devine and Boval on the ground. Clever. Just did not give up. The ball probably didn't bounce the way of the Clarence defender. But just awareness around the football was brilliant. And Wilson's having a day out, and he goes and gives it to Blake Philpott.
We saw against Glenorchy last week some off-the-ball free kicks paid after goals and some
was the week for it last week, wasn't it?
It really
Across
was.
leagues. Back in the middle. Mapley wins it down. Devine jumps on Hanslow pretty quickly. Oh, big tackle laid, and the rush kick goes forward. Umpire says no, free kick. We'll go to Proprotny. So the big O from Clarence. Maybe we'll call him the medium O. It's not that big. Goes long to centre forward. James sits underneath it and takes the mark. There's been a collision with the umpires here. Archie Devine's got a sore shoulder after running into the umpire, but James takes the mark at half back. Booms the ball long. Fist over the top. Reeves got to the front of the pack. Mapley was there. Gave the handball off to Gapin, to Proprotny. He's got a man on short in Glover. The handball probably could have been a kick. Glover sends the ball long and deep inside forward 50. That is brilliantly strong. Another Millwood mark.
Towering mark, wasn't it?
He's a big unit.
Stretched those long levers up and plucked it. Some wonderful play from Proprotny and Glover in the middle of the ground. Didn't have an option on early. Just waited till the numbers evened up and then put it to the big man's advantage.
Well, when you've got someone who's well over 6'4", once he extends the arms, it takes a special defender to be able to get up that high. In he comes for goal number 2. Push that margin back to 16 points. It worked in the breeze, but it worked all right. Millwood gets his first. And they recover their lead that they had at quarter time, back to 16 points.
Just winning those contests inside the forward 50. They've got some real firepower down there, and it's stretching this Demons defence early on. Struggling to contain the weapons at their disposal early on. Extend the lead back out to 16 points.
Imagine being able to go to your bench and just say, oh, you know what, Jasper Hay, you go and have a run up forward now. In fact, they've got both Jasper Hay and Jai Millwood in their forward line, Clarence, with Josh Green sniffing around their toes.
There's some young, tall talent out there in this Clarence outfit. It's not quite as tall as the Lauderdale forward line as Mapley launches them in again. Millwood lurking. Green couldn't quite get to the ball. Lapham doing just enough there to give away the free kick.
Just getting an ascendancy in the middle and the centre breaks, aren't they? 4 minutes into the term, we've already seen 2 goals.
That's where they really started dominating that first quarter. Demons need to arrest that as Hay gets the ball, won it down. Lapham. Proprotny jumps on top of him.
I look forward to Josh Green retiring eventually in, say, 7 or 8 years' time, and then picking up the whistle. It's got plenty of advice for the men in yellow.
It's a snapshot out of traffic right to the line. It might go all the way through.
The Proprotny.
It has. Somehow no one lays a glove on the goal square, and Clarence go bang bang and extend their lead.
Well, that was just, again, opportunistic by Clarence. Oscar Proprotny threw it on the boot, got a nice little bounce in the square, sure, but the defensive shepherd by Millwood was excellent.
He just worked Procopese into the ball, denied him access to it. Really good body work. Danger signs for the Demons here. They're struggling to contain the Roos inside forward 50.
Well, they're struggling to get their hands on the footy. Back in the middle. They'll be keen for James to get a hold of this one. And he does. Goes wide. There'll be a free kick to Fulsang. Fulsang gets some direction from the coach's box next to us. Sends it inside forward 50. Bouncing ball. Devine got a clever handball. Now a chance for Kilpatrick, bending it around the corner. It's not even Kilpatrick, it's Harry Miller.
Again,
Jack Miller, rather. He's clever, isn't he?
Such a good young player. He turned it on last week and he's keeping his side in this one today. He's got that last 2.
He's a freak.
He's a player with considerable promise. I'd have thought that this Tassie Devils VFL team to come in, this is a player they're going to have their eyes on to be part of that really exciting young prospect. Is Miller, of course, could well be drafted to the big leagues as well. This is A real prospect. And he goes and gets another one. Couple for them. 6 straight. Their goal kicking is keeping them in this one. The Demons. They're back within 16 points. Miller fires the response. And back to the middle. Reaching over the top, Napley. Umpire's whistles going for a hold. So they'll be able to burst out of the middle again here. Cooney will take the free kick. He shares it there with Turner. The umpire says, get back behind your mark. So Cooney finds Napley, who just peeled off into some space here. The Leeds present. He assesses the options. Ends up going towards Hay, but he was outnumbered. James just dropping back into the space.
Great defensive work by James, letting Mapley go out wide to the wing and then floating back into the hole to give some extra assistance to the defenders.
That's what you want your ruckman to do, as Pepin hits up at that one, but can't quite reel it in. Tossed in on the wing. 16 points. Clarence on top. The Demons hanging in there. Need to get their hands on the ball, the contest a little more. James and Napley grapple away there. Norton brings Caswell down. Forces another stoppage.
It's a great tackle. Caswell had the arm pinned, couldn't get rid of it. Maybe a little unlucky to not get the free kick, as we've seen the ride stand, the George Miller stand over there. The majority of Lauderdale are sitting in the wings. Rush kick around the corner by Fulsang. Big high up and under. No one at home. He's in over the ball and Blake Harper. We'll see the ball up. The Lauderdale might be in the Dev League, are they? The Rezzies?
Yeah, I don't think the seniors have all trotted out.
No. There might be a few over there. Rush kick by Turner goes nowhere. Tap down. Devine gave a handball to Caswell, who was in a little jam and just jammed it on the boot. Here he is again. Miller handballs over the top. Pepin shrugs past one. Can be clean with the foot. He goes long. And that's a great mark.
Boval.
Charlie Boval in the pocket. It's going to be a tough angle here. The toughest, in fact. Needs to get, from my mind, a little bit closer to the man on the mark. Bends one around. He's just tonked it. It's gone through from behind. First minor score for the game for North Hobart.
Jack Miller again making that happen. Led out with speed, took it cleanly, handballed over the top to his man as McGuinness breaks that one up ahead of Paprotny and forces a stoppage. He's just that spark inside 50, keeping his side in it at the moment is Jack Miller. He can even it up around the contest a bit more. Could be the man to bring them right back into it. There's a big leap from Hay, rucked it majestically, and now Cooney out the back. Lofts it inside 50. The kick not really to the favour of Green, and Walker drifts across to intercept. He tries to bend one back on the breeze and did so pretty well to Volta. Volta heads corridor, just spied McLeod, didn't hit him with a kick though, now has to wait and the pressure comes from the Roos. McLeod stripped to the footy by Glover, fell the way of Gapin, now Turner, spies Millwood peeling off into some space, the Leeds now present, his kick horrible, straight to the player on the mark, recovered, gets another, tumbles an ugly looking punt inside the forward 50 and Glover arrives to lock it in. Not the cleanest ball use there from Big Millwood.
No, they just a little bit of pressure around the footy across the board, really. Walker wins the ruck contest down. Devine with a clever hand in. Oh, through came Pepin. Devine clean. Threw it on the boot. A little dirty. Number of players around the footy. James. And we'll see a ball up. Halfway between half forward and the centre line for the Roos. Hay gets beaten by James. A tackle laid by Pepin. Now comes to Cooney. He just gets a little dinky 9-9 chip out wide. Paprotny gets the tap on, does Caswell. Salzberger can't beat Paprotny. Paprotny with his hands over the top to Harper. Harper scoops one looking for Green. Green gives it over the top and handballs out of bounds. The umpire says ball it in.
So 15 points the lead for the Roos. 11 minutes gone, quarter number 2. To be tossed in at half forward. James and Hay. Hay works his way to the front, want it down. Straight to Devine though. Now Bingham, who's been quiet, they need a lift from him, and he gets a bit of room to manoeuvre here. Fuslang sends it over to Bogle. Beautiful ball here. Oh, not paid the mark, Bogle. Had a lot of that. Umpire says play on. Hurd now will clear the area over the top to Gapin. Don't have to be dead to be stiff there, Charlie Bogle. As the Roos will settle it down on half back. Drive it up the line.
Bogle's had that for a fortnight.
Walker reels that one in. Get the mark back the other way.
Charlie Bogle held it longer than Bailey Walker then.
Yeah. He was very unlucky. It's a lovely ball to him too. So Walker can reload off half back. He'll blast it long. James pushing up there. Couldn't get there. So to Barrow at ground level. And two players conspire to force another stoppage.
I love that call. Don't have to be dead to be stiff. That's one of my all-time favourite footy calls. As we see a ball up at half forward for North Hobart. Hay got high. James read it best. Full sang out the back. Can't get a hold of the footy. Out it comes for Proprotny. Gives it off to Harper. Harper's right foot kick goes long towards Glover. Wasn't Glover at all. In fact, McGuinness did better. Had a little bounce that was unnecessary. Goes short to James. James has got Wilson who half forward, decides to go longer still. Bogle will fly from the back and take a great contested grab.
I won't take that one off him.
No. Excellent.
It's looking dangerous when they get the ball to him one-on-one, Bogle. It's a few snabbled.
This needs to go, but Fermani went back too far off the mark with that last one. He's got the routine though. In he comes. Charlie Bogle for his first. He likes it. The D's stay in touch. Margin now just 9 points.
Yeah, they've responded well. Just when it seemed like Clarence was starting to kick away and get on top, they've a really good 5 or 10 minute period here. The Demons got themselves right back into the contest. Clarence had kicked away there to a 22-point advantage. Back within 9 points. And just hanging in there. They've got the weapons inside forward 50 and see the danger they pose when they are able to even it up the clearance game a little more as they have recently. Just got their hand on the ball a little more. So back to the middle they go. James wins it down. Sulzberg has it knocked out of his hands. Volter's kick go too far. Norton just blindly handballed over the top. Pepin was there. Reeves forces it out the back, and now they'll work it to McLeod. Immediately pressured by Gapin. Looks to spin free of Miller. That kick's going to go out of bounds on the forward. It'll give the Demons a chance to send it in once more via the boot of Volter as it just kicks off a little behind the play. Volter. He's going to set it up inside the forward 50. Let the big men get to work. James was in there. Miller just threw it back in. And that might be high contact. Umpire saw it. Yep. McLeod will get the free, and he might be marched right to the goal line here as it kicks off again. There's plenty of feeling out there in this big preliminary final. They avoided giving away the 50. Looks like they have.
Mike Harper's giving it to a few fellas. And
so Barrow. Imagine he'll run around and open up the angle here. Snap with the left. He can cut the margin back to 3 points here. Zach Barrow, he does just that. He snaps truly and he lets them know all about it. They're up and about the Demons. They're right back in it.
That's a great finish. An absolutely ripping finish. And he goes and lets the boys from Clarence know all about it too. They're tough to kick from there. One of the hardest spots on North Hobart Oval to kick a goal from, and he's made no mistake. And as you said, margin back to 3 points. A run of 3 unanswered goals for North Hobart. And it's game on.
Seemed like Clarence are really starting to get on top when they get it out to 52-30. It's been a good response. And this Demons outfit, both sides look well on top in their 450s. It's whoever's winning the ball out of the middle is scoring.
Yeah. Yeah, this is finals footy at its finest. Some good alliteration just quietly. Back in the middle. James and Mapley do battle. Mapley wins it down. Through came McCallum. He couldn't gather the footy. Volta throws it on the boot and sends it inside forward 50 again. Attacking the footy was great from Preshaw. He goes wide. Finds Turner. Turner looks up. He's got the human bowl cut on a lead and he's just overcooked it in front of Glover. McGuinness will take the kick. His long one. Too long. Preshaw tries hard again. Wrapped up in a nice tackle. The umpire says that's holding the footy. Pepin to take it from just forward to centre wing. He goes backwards to McGuinness. Blood rule here. So McGuinness is going to have to get a little bit of extra work done. He's sprinting off too. There's a fair amount of blood streaming out of his upper head.
Head clash with Mapley early on, just above the ear coming out there, so more patchwork required on the returning Tyler McGuinness. Back into the side today as the ball's lofted towards centre forward. Walker's made his way forward there for the Demons. Coming away with it's Kilpatrick just over the head of James. Wilson's kick three, he's bearing down here. Wilson springing free was gaping. Did it nicely, got to McCallum, he's under pressure. Retreats the handball back to McGann, and they're composed at the back, the Roos, and they work it across now to Preshaw. Preshaw stabs out to Harper. So they're able to wriggle out of that situation. Harper plays the 1-2, now he's pressured, but again, good by foot, continuing the run on was Turner, that was ignored. Instead, Hay the target, over hit. Ball to be won at ground level now, Hanslow and Hay lock it in, force the stoppage. There's some heat out there in this game at the moment. It's tossed up. Hay won it down to Norton. He's immediately wrapped up. The kick went the wrong way though. Be a high contact free kick. Surely a free kick going the way of the Roos. It is paid.
Little overzealous there from Tom Reeves.
Tommy Gapin will take over.
So the ball's just to be retrieved from the scoreboard pocket. Tom Gapin, we were called Tom Green earlier. The team sheet's mixed up with Tom Green show. That's a good kick and a great mark. Coley Preshaw, they'll pay it. Preshaw just had the second bite of the cherry. He'll get a shot, slight angle from about 44 degrees.
Yeah, it was really smart from Preshaw. He just drifted forward from half back. He just saw some room at the top of the 50 there, and if I run hard and get here, present the option, I'm going to be open. The kick certainly made him work for it. He was probably more open than he ended up being, but takes the mark.
And he comes. Ollie Preshaw. Just give them a little bit of extra breathing room here, the Roos. He likes it off the boot. Does the umpire? Yeah, I think he's just stuck it into that right goal post. It's a beauty. Preshaw gets his first and stops them around the 3 goals. Pushes the margin out to 9.
Yeah, they needed that one, the Roos, just to stop this fight back from the Demons. It was starting to really build, but they get one back and extend the lead back out to 9 points.
This quarter's only 20 minutes old.
Yeah, the goals have been flowing, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's really opened up. It was a bit of a scrappy, stoppage-laden, ugly at times first quarter. It's flowed a lot more in this second term. It's been a lot more end-to-end. The scoring has been there, and both teams have been pretty accurate in terms of taking chances. 9-4 to 8-1. The Demons will look to go forward here again. Stabbing hit. Sliding in to take the mark is right. Just held up is right. Called to play on by the umpire, so he heads sideways to Dixon. Dixon now. Fuchslang, all sorts of space, but just missed him with the kick. Just to fight on here, and Turner brings him down. Is that a high fend-off that's been paid? High contact free kick, so Turner's going to get it at half back. Forced to kick towards a contest on the wing. Protney spoiled it from behind. He's immediately besieged by a couple. Spills out the back for Cooney. Cooney now turns back onto his right and his kick is smothered. Good defensive efforts there. White coming across. Seeing that one out of play. Finals-like intensity to this one.
Mapley and Boval. It's a new battle. The throwing really favoured Mapley. Through came Cooney. Quick. At the back for Pepin. Throws it back to McLeod and he gets it back. Will Pepin. Right foot boot goes long into the forward line. James got pushed away from it. Here's a chance out the back and bending it around the corner. There's another chance for Archie Devine. Punched away nicely. And they'll clear it through Gapin. His kick goes long. McGuinness tracks the footy. Then sends a burner straight down the throat of Tom Reeves. Reeves goes inboard to McLeod. Need to be quick. Tracking the footy was James. Here's a chance now for Bingham around the corner. He's tugged it too far. Over behind.
Didn't quite snap truly there. Josh Bingham. A real live wire in that 450 for the Demons. Back within 8 points there. Clarence did some damage in red time in quarter number one as Philpott did ever so well to mark that ball with some considerable pressure. They'll back off here and he says, well, I'll take advantage of that and just run into that open 20 metres. The kick, though, a poor one straight down the throat of McGuinness, who was just parked behind the football. And again, just lasers one to Crockerpiece. Such a lovely user by foot McGuinness. And they work it over the top to Bingham. He's got Devine running past, ignores that. Instead, he's just going to set it up inside the forward 50. Let the big men get to work. And James reels it in.
He had his eyes on that from a long way deep. He's run from almost inside the goal square to this spot at about 35 metres out to take that mark, Theo James. Outstanding.
So, the big fella, too strong in the air there, plucked it ahead of McGann. Can he finish and close his side back within 2 points? It'll be as close as they've been. Well, here we go. Nathaniel James to kick. 35 out directly in front. He's just tugged it across the face. Won't have the journey just about in the end and off hands through for a behind.
That's a let off for Clarence.
It was the kick of a ruckman, dare I say.
Out come Clarence. Here's another ruckman, Mapley, who burns one down. Oh, another kick of a ruckman. As Boval tracks this one. Cooney does really well to just tap it on to advantage. Umpire again runs into Archie Devine. Now full sing. Left foot kick is horrible. Ends up okay. Oh, a little panic here. And there he is again. The man of the moment, Miller. Can't get it.
Just a little soccer to himself there, if you don't mind.
Clever.
Just a couple of missed opportunities for the Demons in the last few minutes. Guildhead's chances, but taking everything early on.
8 shots to 2 in the turn, Andrew Cooley.
Swung right back towards the team playing at home, if not nominally the home side.
Are they still the home team?
To me, I think you've got to say they are. Certainly their home ground, if not their home game. So they'll be tossed in here. 26 minutes just about to come up on the clock here. Late in the first half. Oh, beautiful work there from Devine. Sends it inside the 450. There's a pretty clear hold there. That'll be a free kick going the way for Riley Johnston. Shares it quickly and Hay charges down the wing. pick him out. Demons have McGuinness just loose behind the football, but a 50-metre penalty for encroachment's been paid, and this could prove very costly indeed. He wastes no time, drives the kick inside the forward 50 and finds the sliding Glover. Oh, very costly 50 metres indeed there.
Yeah, this is almost unforgivable if you're a North Hobart fan.
So James Glover extend the lead out to 12 points.
Against momentum too.
And he makes no mistake. Glover drives it through. He gets his second of the contest. And it's a very, very costly 50-metre penalty.
Well, again, the advantage that was taken by, I think it was Millwood that kicked it to him, was it? Jasper Hay, yeah. To take the advantage too was just really clever football.
He didn't wait for the umpire to point to the spot. He said, I'm just going to tear off here, and before the defence can get set, I'm just going to put it to Glover's advantage before he can flood bodies back there. It was a really intelligent play, the big Jasper Hay. An important goal for Clarence as they steady before the half-time break here.
Back in the middle. Hanslow gets wrapped up. And we'll see another ball up. A little reset. I wonder whether we'll see Baxter Norton take the long sleeve off at half time. Fulsang tracks the footy. He gets eaten up by Cooney. Rushed one forward. Did Salzburger. Now it's a foot race. Here comes Volta on Prokopi. Prokopi did really well. Volta came again. And now the umpire circles and says, I'll take it. Half forward for the Bees. Current margin, 12 points. 28 minutes gone in this second term. And a lot of goals. Reeve ran into Crotney, and he'll get the free kick because he didn't take possession of the ball. So Reeves into the pocket. That's a great kick towards Miller. Oh, desperate stuff coming across the front of the pack. Jasper Hay. And a man leading flat out just put the fist out, punches it across the line. Boundary throw in. James and Hay. Hay won it down. Volts is in the area. Bingham over the top. Caswell's at the bottom of the pack, and we'll see another reset.
So 4-4 to 4 straight for the quarter. And he's making some inroads. Perhaps not as deeper inroads as their play would warrant. They've had better of this second term. Clarence holding sway by 2 goals. James wins it down. Spills out towards Caswell. Couldn't gather it cleanly. And locked in there once more. Tick past 30 minutes. The first quarter went for near 35 minutes. Quite as many stoppages this term. James wins it down, then follows up and heaves a handball over the top. Hammered away by Preshaw. Cleared out of there by Harper towards Glover, hitting up, and his hands were slick, and now they'll head wide. Arriving was Prokopiece to spoil. And he sees it away from Philpott and out of play.
I'm not sure why they're asking for free kicks there, Clarence.
I'm not sure what they were calling for. Toss back in again. Centre wing, his famous footballing ground. Preliminary final. Bruised by 12 points. Sulzberger turned inboard, saw absolutely nothing, so went back the other way, then just set an up and under, and Preshaw read it, hit it with intent, and then has it bounce, and then lost a hold of the football, clattered into, kept his balance, sets it in the green direction, sprawled away, fell for Hurd, he's wrapped up, handball over the top to Ferguson, and they're going to survive by the skin of their teeth here, the Demons.
Fulsang takes the ball from half back, has a bounce, gets past a man, sends a ball long. Nice mark taken by Volta. He comes inboard, plays on quickly, sells a bit of candy, but nobody's buying. And he hits up a man who's kicked 3 goals in Jack Wilson. Wilson goes across the face of goal to Pepin, going back with a flight, courageously took the mark, had no one coming. Now a short kick is a good one, and coming out to meet the footy is Boval. Really great transfer of players. The siren goes for half time. Gee, that was a great possession by Clarence running it up. They just couldn't hit the targets, and then Boval, with the immediate opportunity, will have a kick right on half time.
We saw Miller kick one on the quarter time siren. Chance for Boval to do likewise.
This will bring the margin back to just 6 points. Charlie Boval. No. Out on the full. But some momentum all the same, Andrew Cooling.
Yeah, they were impressive that quarter after Clarence worked their way out to a 22-point lead. They hit back. It's 12 points the margin at half-time. Anyone's game. They'll be not quite able to send them into the sheds in the same manner Miller did. Maybe that was just being really conscious not to move off your mark, whereas in general play you kind of often take that step around the man on the mark, having to kick directly over his head after the siren. Perhaps just not a skill that's put in use as often with the kind of stand rule that's come in, but 12 points. This is anyone's game. The Demons hit back impressively. Both sides had periods in the ascendancy. It's been a gripping first half of action here at North Hobart over. We've got the goal kickers for us in that first half, Chiefs.
I do. Jack Wilson's got 3 for North Hobart. Jack Miller, Callum Kilpatrick, Zach Barrow and Charlie Boval with 1 each. And for the Roos, it's 2 to Jai Millwood, 2 to James Glover, then singles to Harper, Preshaw. It's Jared Harper, I should say. Josh Green, and Oscar Paprotny, Max Matley and Hugh McCallum with 1 each. It's a 12-point margin here at half-time in the Hobart Airport SFL prelim final for the Banjos Bakery Premier League. Tubes Taylor and Andrew Cooling here with you. It's Clarence by 12 points. Don't go anywhere. We're back shortly with the second half. Now a chance for Kilpatrick, bending it around the corner. It's not even Kilpatrick, it's Harry Miller, longer still. Boval will fly from the back and take a great contested grab.
I won't take that one off him.
No, the routine, no. Here he comes, Charlie Boval for his first. He likes it. The D's stay in touch. Margin now just 9.
And Miller just threw it back in. And that might be high contact.
Umpire saw it, yep.
Now we get the free, and he might be marched right to the goal. Back to 3 points here. Zach Barrow, he does just that. He snaps to the lead, and he lets them know all about it. They're up and about, the Demons. They're right back in it.
That's a great finish. And absolutely ripping up with Tom Green show. That's a good kick and a great mark. Coley Preshaw, they'll pay it. Yeah, the Roos. He likes it off the boot. Does the umpire? Yeah, I think he's just snuck it into that right goal post. It's a beauty. Preshaw gets his first. He stops the run of 3 goals.
Very costly indeed. He wastes no time. Drives the kick inside the forward 50 and finds the sliding Glover. Points.
Against momentum too.
And he makes no mistake. Glover drives it through. He gets his second of the contest. And it's a very set an up and under, and Preshaw read it, hit it with intent, and then has it bounce, and then lost a hold of the football, clattered into, kept his balance, sets it in the green direction, sprawled away, fell for Hurd, he's wrapped up, handball over the top to Ferguson, and they're going to survive by the skin of their teeth here, the Demons.
Fulsang takes the ball. Wilson goes across the face of goal to Pepin, going back with a flight, courageously took the mark, had no one coming. Now a short kick is a good one, and coming out to meet the foot. Charlie Boval. No. Out on the full. But some momentum all the same, Andrew Cooling.
Yeah, they were impressive.
Wherever cancer is, we are. We are the supporters, preventers, researchers and advocates, leading Australia to a future without cancer. Every day, we're finding new and better ways to offer services, share knowledge, and bring hope to Australians everywhere, because cancer affects us all. We're here to listen and care for people, however they need us, whenever they need us, through any type of cancer, at any stage of the journey. Every day, we are supporting world-class researchers, empowering them to dream big and make the impossible possible. Together, we're pushing boundaries, unlocking the answers to understand, prevent and treat cancer. We're improving the lives of those living with it, and even getting close to eliminating some cancers altogether. You may not see us, but we're here, in schools and people's homes, on the beach, at work and on the streets, helping millions of Australians cut their risk and detect cancer sooner. We know that 1 in 3 cancers can be avoided, so we're out there preventing as many as we can. You may not hear us, but our voice is loud. Every day, we're using it to advocate, change laws and drive policies, to reduce cancer risks and improve cancer care, to break ground and speak for the community in places where they're not always heard. Every day, we're closer to a future without cancer. And as a charity, we rely on Australia's biggest hearts to help us get there faster.
Blunston's been building hard-working boots for over 150 years. The tougher you need them, the tougher we build them, giving you advanced protection and all-day comfort. After all, you never stand still, so neither do we. Blunston, building the future.
Oh, you mean the jam and cream? Good stuff.
Go!
And one for you as well. Got it.
Original glazed. Classic.
At Banjo's, we speak donuts. Introducing our new range of flavours. Now there's one for everyone. Banjo's, making donuts better.
So we're back for the second half here at North Hobart Oval. That's the SFL Premier League preliminary final. Clarence 10-4-64, leading North Hobart 8-4-52. It was a gripping first half. It flowed end to end. The goals were flowing. It was really entertaining stuff. Both teams have had periods in the ascendancy, but Clarence have just been able to keep their noses ahead. Interesting to see how the second half transpires. I'm expecting the coach's messages would have been in that break, Chiefs.
I think that Adam Bester will be relatively happy with effort, and particularly with that quarter. To have 8 scoring shots, I think he'd like the ball a bit faster into his forward 50. I think Grant Fagan will be just saying, what are you doing? This is our last game. If we lose today, get involved.
Lauderdale awaits the victor as we start the second half, and Clarence looks to go for it immediately, but Potney's run down from behind by Caswell though. No prior opportunity, so play on a high up and under kick, working up at his Reeves. He gets cluttered into it by his own teammate Bingham, but he held on to the mark. He gave it off to Devine. Devine drives it deep. A goal coming up there for the Demons. Goes out the back was Pepin, and he'll kick from point blank range.
Gee, Archie Devine is such a good user of the footy. He had that first kick that went to Reeves. Reeves very quickly gave the handball off because they saw him.
As Pepin pops it through, it's a perfect start to the second half for the Demons. And they close back within 6 points, and it might be able to level the scores up. Because the player's been sent to the neck in the goal square. It was Bingham who was put on his backside. The umpire blows his whistle. And Bingham's going to knock this one up in the blink of an eye. Scores will be level.
Jeepers creepers, undisciplined stuff again. We saw that in the first turn. What happened?
Well, Bingham just engaged in some push and shove, and McGann shoved back, and Bingham landed on his back, and it was right under the umpire's nose, and Bingham will go back for the double goal. It's all square at North Hobart. North Hobart with 2 goals out of the blocks. Jeez, it's a big penalty, those double goals, isn't it?
Oh, look, and again, this is just... Finals footy is always one above the shoulders. If you can't be disciplined, if you don't understand that the umpires are watching like hawks, every contest they are watching. They're waiting just to calm things down with a free kick, and that by Tom McGann is just a brain fade.
He is. It's such a steep penalty at that end of the ground. You can't be engaging that sort of stuff. The Demons got up there, tried to goad them into it, and they fell hook, line, and sinker.
Back in the middle, James, Mapley wins it down. Plotney, tackled again by Caswell, and the umpire says, I'll take it, thanks. Plotney a little sore, looking for some assistance to get up on his feet. James and Mapley to do battle again. James with a volleyball spike, goes down to Bingham. Bingham's handball goes towards Volta. He volleys it out of the air. Might mark his own footy here. Reeves, clever, with a little step, runs to the paint of 50. Smart work. Oh, couldn't take the mark, the big fella down there, Boval. And they've got numbers around the footy. Here's a chance for Fulsang. He torpedoes it out of bounds on the full.
I don't think he was looking for the torp there, but that was a beautiful spiral. Shape on that ball. The accuracy, awful, but the spiral was majestic. So North Hobart have exploded out of the blocks here. The start quarter number 3. Here's Baxter Norton. A good man to have the ball in the back half. He's trying to transition it, but it's all a little bit stagnant ahead of him. He wants to head corridor, nothing on, so has to go down the line. Mapley in a contest. Millwood came in, fell the way of Volta through the hands of Harper. Slapped on into space. That could be in the back below the knees, says the umpire.
Free kick, Clarence.
Free kick against Bingham for contact below the knees. So Harper will take over as the pressure built on the Clarence defence. Glover on a searching lead. He goes a little shorter instead to Max Gapin. Gapin considers his options. It was Hurd rather, and he'll drive it long to a 2-on-1 and just pulled up short. Cooney was the intended target. Fuchslang was there, and he shared it with McLeod. Stabs it to Pepin, hitting up at the football. They've just got the momentum here at the moment, riding the crest of a wave of momentum are the Demons. Can they really put it on the scoreboard? Wide ball was a good one to Sulzberger. Sulzberger has a look up. James says, get it on top of me, noggin in the goal square. That's just where he's going to head. He drives it deep. But that's a good relieving mark taken back there. And the Roos will look to rebound.
Turn up, takes a kick. It's to the human bowl cut glove up. A lot of Shane Crawford from 1997, I would say, about it. Glover in the blue boots, sends it long. Big fist came from Walker. Spinning into trouble there. Tom Ferguson gets held up with the footy and we'll see a ball up centre wing. I've rated Glover's game. He just seems to get to spots, doesn't he? He's got McGuinness on him too. So nice even battle there. Mapley up against Boval. Mapley wins it down. Look for Turner. Big tackle laid here. And we'll see another ball up. So a couple of resets here as scores are level 5 minutes into the third term. A couple of goals to North Hobart. One an absolute gift. Scrappy stuff. Fulsang can't gather on first go. Turner gets trapped. Caswell's in there too. Fulsang gave it out to Volta. Volta sends a long one. It was a chuck. So it'll be a free kick going the way of Clarence and Hugh McCallum to take it on defensive side of the wing.
Be a relief to the Clarence defence. They've been under siege in this opening 5.5 minutes. They've barely gone forward of centre.
Great mark.
Brilliant mark from Max Mapley there. Did ever so well opposed to Boval. He can give them a look inside the forward 50 here. Josh Green's his target. He's opposed to Lapham and he beats him all ends up, Josh Green. Too wily. Good body work. Just pushed off him and reeled it in.
Just talk about the kick too from Max Mapley. It just favoured Josh Green. They know each other really well at Clarence. They've played a lot of footy together. And Mapley ended up Green again. You said great body work. Finn Lapham was in all sorts, but the kick was brilliant.
It was to his advantage, and Green can step up here and kick a goal just to steady his side. He makes no mistake. And Clarence back out to a 1-goal lead. They needed that. He's second of the contest. First 450 entry of the quarter there for the Roos.
Yeah, it was good reward too for effort. And the margin 6 points. 6 3/4 minutes gone in this third term. Prelim final at the Hobart Airport SFL for the Banjos Bakery Community League. It's taking their time to get little resets here. All of the players been played at a frenetic pace. They've got a lot of stoppages though, so they shouldn't be out on their feet. Jasper Hay, James go at it. Handball came out from Sulzberger to James and it goes forward and here's Oysters Kilpatrick. He's got a beautiful kick on him.
The better of Johnston there. Thought about the give to McGuinness.
Would have been silly for mine. He's going to go back and have a shot. He's got a big shoe on him. He'll take one of his best. Kick from outside 50. There's a whistle off the ball in defensive 50. And Kilpatrick gives himself a bit of room. Left foot kick is high. It's going to miss. James will sit underneath it. Punch from Hay. Point.
Back to 5 points to the margin. Harper will reload out of fullback here. Tense preliminary final. Good crowd in here at North Hobart Oval. A good atmosphere about the venue. Spot in the grand final against Lauderdale for the victor. No tomorrow for the loser. Cooney launches it up towards the pack on the wing. Just bounced in between the sea of bodies. Handball to McLeod. Now Sulzberger turns into the corridor and Kilpatrick's got some separation here at half forward. He looks up. The Leeds present. He ignores them and then pulls the kick into the pocket intelligently for Boval. Really thought his way through that nicely, Kilpatrick.
He got right. The man on the mark got wrong-footed. Callum Kilpatrick is a left foot kick. That's just knowing your opponent.
So Boval has been a likely target inside the forward 50 all afternoon here for North Hobart. Can he put his side in front here? He sets it on its way. It's across the face. And off there for the Roos. Back within 4.
1 goal, 2 for Charlie Bovill.
And an out on the full as well.
Correct. Here they come, Clarence. Proprotny sends the ball long. McGuinness gets there first, punched away nicely in the end, and we'll see a ball in. 4 points the margin in favour of Clarence. They lead 11-4-70 to North Hobart, 10-6-66. 9.5 minutes gone in this third term. Lauderdale await the winner of this clash at this very ground. James won it down. Little one over the top came from Tom Reeves. Kilpatrick has Johnston for company. See a ball up. Quite a few resets. Hay won it down. Salzburg has jumped on by Cooney. And another reset. He's just picking up a little bit, I reckon, here, Andrew Cooling.
The game's certainly been played up this end of the ground at the moment. Clarence will try and get a clearance, but Proprotny's going nowhere as Reeves drives him into the turf. Keep an eye on Josh Green and Finn Lapham at the other end of the ground, the only men inside the forward 50, just been whacking each other for the last 5 minutes straight. As Norton tries to get free here, might have been held and eventually did well to get a handball away. Gapen flicked the handball across and now it's driven towards Josh Green, but arriving was Lapham with a timely spoil. Worked back cleverly to Green. Glover sets it high up into the heart of the forward 50. Spiked away there. Out towards Cooney. Controls. Turns onto his left. Cooney assesses the options. Heads into the pocket. Banks flew from behind. It's Gapen rather, and it's spiked out of play. Very well done. McLeod got back there. Body on the line. The smaller man killed the contest.
Really clever touch on the half forward line too, just to tap it to Green's advantage. I think it was Glover that got it back. Boundary throw-in. Inside forward 50 for Clarence. Napley underneath at Walker with a rushed kick under pressure. Pepin came hard. Hurd got it back. And they clear out to the wing. Proprotny sends it into the corridor. Who's at home? Big fly over the top, bouncing ball at the back. Can't get it away. Banks taps it on to Mapley's advantage. Mapley goes back, finds a man, and that's a great kick. Tom Gapen plays on quickly and drills it.
What a ball from Lachlan Davey. Just fired it to a hot spot. And the Roos, as they've had throughout the contest, just that goal when they need it. Just when North Hobart close in on, they've had the answers. They respond again.
Yeah, Lockie Davey, brilliant. Spot up Tommy Gapen. Maybe a little overzealous to play on there, but did so. Made it a bit hard for himself. Gets the goal all the same, and they open up a 10-point margin.
Starting going back on their terms after North Hobart dominated the early proceedings in this quarter. Just a couple of repeat inside 50s. Get a goal there. Back out to a 10-point lead.
Biggest margin of the game was 22 points in that first term.
So back to the middle. Hay having a run in the ruck against James here, who releases the handball out the back and shrugging free is Reeves, and he glides through the middle and spears one inside 50. Just spilling it was Wilson, but he recovered this situation and stopped through his fourth. He's had a day out, Jack Wilson. Recovered the fumble. Immediate response from the Demons.
That is just brilliant from Tom Reeves in the middle. Ducked past a couple of would-be tacklers, then drilled it to Wilson. The kick was just to his right-hand side, but he was so clever to duck back in, and then the finish under pressure was excellent. The pickup was brilliant, but the finish was just as good. Margin back to 4.
It's the immediate response out of the middle. And what the point of difference he's been in that forward 50. Jack Wilson, 4 goals. He's been outstanding.
We'll reset in the middle. The 6-6-6 looks good. James and Mapley. Mapley taps it to the advantage. Backs to Norton, and they get a Big handball over the top from Fraser Turner. He's got to go hard here. Fraser Turner can't get it. Salzberger with a kick in hope. High one. Gathering nicely with Hanslow. They pay the mark, they did. He's got a short kick on Glover if he wants. He decides against that. He's going long, but Theo James has got himself way back in the hole. They'll have to fly from deep. James did well. Propotny at the base of the pack. Shrugged off a couple. Now Glover got his handball. Gee, that's good pressure. Caswell gave it over the top to Fulsang. Fulsang looks up. He's got a lead from Pepin, who takes a mark. He's got Devine short if he wants. He says, keep going, please, Archie. Archie decides against it, and Boval coming at the pack. Now Fulsang from the pocket. Bends one around the corner. They've hit the front. They hit the front through a top Maxi Fulsang goal, and they're 2 points in it. There's 2 points in it.
Yeah, give a lot of credit to Bailey Walker at the other end of the ground. Forced the turnover on half back. It was looking dangerous for the Roos, but he just stripped Millwood of the ball with a great tackle, and they sprung the counter back the other way, and that's just an instinctive finish there from Max. And North Hobart with 2 quick ones retake the lead. A seesawing contest here at North Hobart.
I've been impressed by Max Fulsang today. Young, but just really calm under pressure.
Worked that back beautifully. North Hobart respond with a couple of goals. They lead this one by 2 points. It's a gripping preliminary final here. Mapley wins it down. Norton was having his arm grabbed. Gets the clearance inside the forward 50. It's going to be brought back, and he will get that free kick. Will Baxter Norton for the hold. Demons defence will be able to get plenty of numbers back here, but he's a good man to be delivering it.
They're a bit flat-footed here, Clarence.
The momentum has been with the Demons. Certainly buoyed on by a good home crowd here. So Norton will drive it inside the forward 50. Can he find a marking target? He can. It's brought in there by Phil Potts. Reels it in. He's done some nice work in the air today, Blake Philpott. And once again, it's Norton just lasering a ball inside 50.
Yeah, really dangerous kick to a dangerous spot, but poor defensive marking from the D's. Almost unattended. Philpott took that mark. A late charge from a defender couldn't affect the kick.
And to reclaim the lead, Philpott got very close to the man on the mark, but he eases it through, and Clarence back ahead by 4. What a contest this is. It's goal for goal at North Hobart Oval. The stakes could not be higher. And it's the Roos with their noses back in front.
Yeah, great finish from Philpott. Just snuck it inside that right-hand goal post, but it doesn't matter how close they go to the post as long as they don't hit them. That's a big 6-pointer. And we're 17 minutes into this third term, and we've seen 7 goals. So it's opened up a lot.
25 goals already. That's more than most games have had this year. It's been fantastic. End-to-end attacking football.
Back in the middle. Napoli got up high, got it down to Norton. He spun out of trouble, but the tackle came late. Bouncing ball for Fulsang, just gets past him. In comes Hanslow with the big pick up, but he can't get there first, and it'll be another reset. James and Mapley go battle again. James won it down. It'll be another stoppage, so they'll get a reset. Mapley with authority. Protney on the ground. The ball up. 18 minutes gone in the third term. It's a real seesawing affair. Clarence by 4 points at this point in time. This could go any way. James kept going. Mapley out the back. Off the ground. Up at Protney. McLeod got a hand on it. Cooney off to Hanslow to the paint of 50. Green's got to do some work here. He's pushed it across the line as Finn Lapham through for a rush behind.
Some wonderful work from Cooney at half forward there, but doesn't quite lead to the goal. Hanslow's kick pulling up just short. Lapham in space at half back, and McGuinness picks him out. Barrow the short ball. Not so keen. He's going to head wide to McGuinness instead.
A little bit of extra tape on that noggin.
Had to go off twice for the blood rule. Once for the initial knock. Second after more blood flowing out of that head wound following a head clash with Napley early on as the big men fly at that contest. Spills out the back. Sulzberger coming through. Gapin applying pressure. Fell the way of Napley. Just stabs the short ball to McCallum. And settle things down. Heads wide with the kick. Finds Gapin. Gapin to Cooney. Building on a defence here, the Roos. Now goes inboard for Mapley. It was a risky kick and it's turned over. The Demons have a stoppage forced on the wing.
Again, just a miss kick there, letting his teammate down. Mapley had a hell of a lot of work to do.
The delivery he was after. He'll attend this ruck contest. Flicked it over the top to Cooney. Busts through one tackle. Retreats back to Turner. Now Norton drives it up in the Millwood direction. Walker just out pointing him. Millwood got a hand in there though. So no mark, and it'll be a ball up at half full.
Great effort from Millwood to not let that one go away. He got beaten in the air. Then his second effort at ground level was excellent. Millwood wins it down, only as far as Sulzberger, who might have caught one high, he did. Umpire says, your free kick. Sulzy. Paxton Horton just giving him a little treatment. So Nathaniel Sulzberger has a man short in Devine. He doesn't seem to be playing on anyone at the moment. Sulzberger and Norton just clashed there in the middle as the kick is a long one. And somehow that's marked by Kilpatrick. Now just keep an eye on him. Left foot kick. Inside forward 50. Big fly. Tackle laid. That's going to be another ball up.
The Demons trailing by 5, pushing to try and reclaim the lead. High up and under. Plenty of Clarence jumpers back there, and Preshaw drifts across to take the mark. He bites off a bit of a risky kick to McCallum, invites in Volta, but McCallum did really well under immense pressure there. Had to be strong. Tried to sell a little candy there. McCallum Volta wasn't buying. Precise kick off half-back finds Turner. McCallum charged straight into trouble. He ran right into McLeod. Lost a hold of the football. Flicked up now to Reeves. Reeves will drive them back inside 50. Bingham flies from the side. Fell into the lap of James. James steps around the corner. Bouncing, goal! It's the Demons back in front by a point.
That was great footy from the D's. Just here at the wing again, Tom Reeves just seems to have a little bit more time. Bingham did so well to get a contest there.
What they were thinking with a handball to McCallum when he was right on McLeod. He basically handballed it to McLeod just about. Talk about putting a man under the pump. It just wasn't the option, the quick handball. There were 3 Clarence players there. Forced the turnover, cost them a goal.
Just, again, above the shoulders. There's no need for it. As Mapley comes off with the blood rule. Bit of blood streaming out of his melon. So Jasper Hay will have to come into the guts. It's a 1-point ball game in favour of North Hobart. Boville up against Hay. A couple of young guns go at it. Campbell comes out to McGuinness. He sells some candy. Heard a voice. Gave it to Reeves. Reeves across to that man in Boville. Sends it into the pocket. Big fist came away. Kilpatrick will get there first. He's got Johnston for company. It stays in somehow. Kilpatrick's got time and space, and he goes down the mouth of James. He can't get a hold of it. Trouble here. Bingham did really well. McGann got his kick away. Banks happy to see it across the line and relieve a little bit of pressure momentarily. We're 24 minutes gone in the third term. Plenty of footy left. It just feels really tense.
It does 1 point the lead to the Demons. Sauce back into play. They've kicked 5 goals to 3 this quarter. Themselves right back into it. Got those 2 goals right out of the gate. And this is anybody's game. Who's going to advance to the grand final? Be the Roos or the Demons to meet the Bombers. Here's Baxter Norton. Couldn't gather it cleanly. Kilpatrick puts the body in there. Pepin emerges with the football. Screws it round the corner. Miller pitched just in front of him. The whistle sounds and a free kick away at the Demons.
I'm not entirely sure what that was for. I had the binoculars fair on that contest and didn't see anything. The umpire clearly did. Maybe a little tug of the jumper. This man, Jack Miller, has a goal in every term so far, bar this one.
Big moment in the game, Miller. Really didn't seem to be much in it. Can he take the chance here? He drives the kick right through the middle. He has 3, and the Demons lead by 7. It's their 6th of the third quarter.
Goodness me. Absolutely unbelievable. With respect to North Hobart, I was not expecting this.
Well, they've met 3 times this year. Clarence, I think 22, 24 and 42 points have been the margin of victory. So
and I expected something similar.
Pretty comfortable each time. Tell you what, I've looked at the replay and I'm still not sure what the free kick was for, mind you.
Right.
The back, I think, might have been called, but she's a bit soft. You take them when you can get them.
Yep, you play the whistle, Andrew Cooling. Really liked the step up of Tom Reeves in this term. Hay, James does well, tracks the footy, jumped on by Hay. And another reset. Ball up just to the forward side for Clarence of the centre circle. So no real movement. Hay with authority. Salzberger goes back with the flight. Handball's over the top, a little bit too much on it. He went and got it again, did Hanslow. Here's a chance for Glover. He gets his handball over the top and spinning into trouble was Philpott. And he's caught holding the footy. Free kick, Archie Devine. Has a man McLeod right at full back and instead gets himself into a little bit of trouble and then has to kick in a rush. Clarence sit underneath it. He'll be pretty short to send them inside forward 50 towards Green. And he's somehow snavelled that. That was unbelievable.
He's a star.
He's marked it in his hip pocket.
How has he snavelled that one?
He plays on and just hits the fat side of the footy. Underneath it, a number of players just get everywhere and they rush one through for another rush behind. Margin back to that goal.
The Demons. Reload via Devine, who just gets as much distance as he possibly can. Kicks out to the wing, floats out the back towards Harper. Arriving at the football was Pepin, just stepping across the line. Territory game there by Devine.
Where's that clean ball use that we expect from Clarence? We haven't seen it this term.
It's been a pretty dominant quarter, really, from the Demons. Kicked 6 goals to 3. They probably do have the wind at their backs. You see it on that throw there. They're taking advantage of that. Holding the ball cold there against the Roos, and the Demons can go forward once again here.
Their pressure around the footy from the Demons has been immense.
High searching kick, it's going wide. Freeshaw gets back in the way to break it up. Out of play. It does feel like there is some advantage attacking this end of the ground, but Hobart have still been mighty impressive in this third quarter. They lead by 6. They've come roaring back into the contest. Toss back into play. James and Hay. Hay smashes it clear. Paprotny gathered, but Caswell strips him of the footy. The umpire's called over the shoulder. The Demons players, I think, were expecting holding the ball.
Yeah, Baxter Norton just caught a little high there at half back. Looks inboard. Finds a man in Preshaw who needs to be quick. That kick will be okay, but reading it best was Volta. They are pretty fired up in the coach's box next to us in the North Hobart rooms. Long kick from Volta. They're saying go, go, go. McGuinness came from a 4 or 5 deep. Johnston did really well. Gave his handball a little bit too hot for Baxter Norton. Diving on the footy was Caswell. Somehow it popped out to Propotny. Oh, big tackle laid. Umpire missed a high one. They probably disagree with him next door. Boval gives it off. And McLeod, as it ends up in the hands of the left-footed Kilpatrick, and all coming out to meet the footy was Wilson. He got it punched away. Norton with a rushed kick, and that's really good stuff. Finds a man in Philpott.
One step under pressure, hits the teammate in Philpott. He's such a good kick of the football, Norton. That not such a good kick to Paprotny. He'll find the boundary line. And he tossed in.
How often have we seen that today? Just kicks that are easy. Just get over kicked.
There's been some skill errors, a bit of win factor, a bit of finals pressure factoring in on that for sure. It was a bit of an ugly one. Back into play. Oval doing the ruck work. McGuinness gathers the football. He's slung around by Norton. And that umpire says, give it to me. It's 30 and a half minutes here in the third quarter. Another high-scoring one. The goals have flowed all afternoon here. It's been a preliminary final classic. Hay worked it over the top. Davey tried to manufacture a kick round the corner to Banks. Just stepped across in the process. The final minute of the quarter, according to the North Hobart coaches box next to us.
That's how loud they are.
As it's tossed back in towards the paint of 50. Clarence looking to knot it up here late on. Handball fed out and it's just slapped back inside. Hanslow applying some pressure. Kick went nowhere from Glover. Volta tried to clear the air. It was brilliantly smothered, but they're able to force it out of there. Big fly from Preshaw. Barrow stayed down. Arriving is Harper, pressured by Miller. And Miller forces it across the line.
They'll do well to hold on here, North Hobart. You just feel like every time it goes into the Clarence forward 50, something's going to happen, but they've been doing so well to stop it at centre half back. Boundary throw in. Boval up against Hay. Hay kept his feet. McGuinness gathers the footy. He's gathered by Hanslow, and we'll see a ball up. 32 minutes gone in this third term. It's been played at a frenetic pace. We've seen 9 goals kicked, 6 of them going to North Hobart. Paprotny got it back. Hanslow gave off the handball to Harper. Harper goes inside forward 50 with a huge bomb. Look at the pace shown here by Lockie Davey into the corridor. Dangerous, and oh, what a mark to Volta, but it's a push in the back. It's a free kick, Clarence. I think it's going to McCallum.
Yep.
Well, junk time goal here as McCallum's just pulled up a little lame. Volta's still arguing with the umpire. Says, look at the replay. There isn't one. What are you seeing?
I see a hand in the back. I'm not sure it was a particularly powerful push, but when you put the hand in the back, you're inviting danger.
Well, this to tie the scores. He likes it. Straight over the umpire's lip. And scores are level.
Well, squares it up on the scoreboard. Maybe squares it up for the Miller one at the other end earlier in the quarter. One pretty soft one apiece, I would say, Tubes Taylor. As it evens out, and it could not be more even here at North Hobart. It's 90 apiece, and the siren can't be too far away. We could be heading into the final term all locked up at 14-6 apiece. As this utterly compelling preliminary final continues to go stride for stride. 4 goals 2 to 6 goals 2 for the quarter. The highest scoring games of the year. Back to the middle. Can anyone get their noses ahead at the final change? James burrows in after it. Cooney tries to wrench it clear. And there is the siren. 14-6 apiece at the final change. We're set for a thrilling final term here. North Hobart worked their way back into it. And it is all level with 20 minutes to play in the preliminary final. The stage could not be better set, Tubestar.
We've got about 30 minutes of footy to go in a prelim final of the Hobart Airport SFL season of the Banjos Bakery Premier League. This is all tied up. Let's go through the goal kickers. Jack Wilson, he's got 4. He's got 1 in every term. Jack Miller, also 1 in every term, just the 3. And then Pepin, Bingham, Kilpatrick, James, Barrow, Boville and Fulsang, all with 1 each. And then we've got a number of goal kickers for the Clarence Roos that have got 2. James Glover, Josh Green, John Millwood and Hugh McCallum. Then singles to Jared Harper, Ollie Preshaw, Oscar Paprotny, Max Matley, Blake Philpott and Tommy Gapin with 1 each. It's tied up, don't go anywhere. We've got the final instalment of the prelim final live from North Hobart Oval. My name's Tubes Taylor, Andrew Cooling with you. We'll be back shortly with the 4th quarter of the prelim final. Big fly over the top, bouncing ball at the back. Can't get it away. Banks taps it on to Matley's advantage. Matley goes back, finds a man, and that's a great kick. Tom Gapin plays on quickly and drills it.
What a ball from Lachlan Davey. Just having a run in the ruck against James here. He releases the handball out the back and shrugging free is Reeves, and he glides through the middle and spears one inside 50. Just spilling it was Wilson, but he recovered this situation and snapped through his 4th. He's had a day out, Jack Wilson. Recovered the fumble. Immediate response from the Demons.
That is just brilliant from Tom. Looks up. He's got a lead from Pepin. He takes a mark. He's got Divine short if he wants. He says, keep going, please, Archie. Archie decides against it, and Boville coming at the pack. Now Fulsang from the pocket. Bends one around the corner. They've hit the front. They hit the front through a top Maxi Fulsang goal, and they're 2 points in it.
So Norton will drive it inside the 450. Can he find a marking target? He can. It's brought in there by Philpott. Reels it in.
Like a late charge from a defender couldn't affect the kick.
He'll reclaim the lead. Philpott got very close to the man on the mark, but he eases it through, and Clarence back ahead by 4. What a contest this is. Back finds Turner. McCallum charged straight into trouble. He ran right into McLeod. Lost a hold of the football. Flicked up now to Reeves. Reeves will drive them back inside 50. Bingham flies from the side. Fell into the lap of James. James steps around the corner. Bouncing, goal! It's the Demons back in front by a point.
That was great footy from
the chance here. He drives the kick right through the middle. He has 3, and the Demons lead by 7. It's their 6th of the 3rd quarter.
Goodness, look at the pace shown here by Lockie Davey into the corridor. Dangerous, and what a mark to Volta, but it's a push in the back. It's a free kick, Clarence. I think it's going to McCallum. Yep. He likes it. Straight over the umpire's lip. And scores are level.
Well, squares it up on the scoreboard. Maybe.
Bamboozled by the way you let me on, to think that maybe I could be the one. And baby, I thought you would hold together, flow forever, but your heart's been changing like the weather.
Welcome back for the final quarter of action in the preliminary final of the SFL Premier League. We are just as we started, all level, 14-6, 90 apiece, 1 quarter left to decide this. Who will book their ticket through to the grand final against Lauderdale? It's been neck and neck all afternoon. Who is going to have their neck ahead at the finish line? We're about to find out. It's been a gripping game. And the big finish is coming up. Who has got something left in the tank? It's been played at a furious pace all afternoon. And will fatigue play a big factor in this final quarter, you wonder?
I think we'll see it open up, Andrew Cooling. I just know footy finals at this time of year tend to just be, as you said, furiously paced. But as time continues on, the game opens up a bit. And I think the winner of this game will be those who can hit their targets. As simple as that sounds, that's what it's all about for mine. We've got everything tied up on 14-6 apiece. Clarence had a 16-point margin at quarter time, a 12-point margin at at half time, and at 3/4 time, all tied up as the umpires just wait for the final 666 check. They get the thumbs up, and Andrew Cooling will take it away.
So here we go. The umpire holds the ball aloft, and we're ready to get started in the final term of action. Who will move on? Whose season will come to an end? Paprotny looks to send the Roos forward immediately. He kills it round. The bounce too steep for Glover. Bit of a fumble. Cooney swoops on the football. Couldn't handle it cleanly. Releases it. McLeod on top of it now for the Demons. Ball spills out to McGuinness. He fires a handball to Volta. Dances back inside. Returns it to McGuinness. And McGuinness is able to guide it out of there to Reeves. They survived the first incursion there. As the pressure mounted, the Demons' defence hold firm. They stab it short to Sulzberger.
Sulzberger, on the defensive side of the wing, goes inboard to Caswell. Hasn't got a lot to kick to. There's a switch on if he wants. He decides against that and goes longer, further still to James, who got it fisted from behind with Mapley. Mapley tracks Tom Reeves, and then Caswell missed the mark in a look-away handball. And we'll see a boundary throw-in. Right in front of that George Miller stand. One of the best outlooks in Tasmanian football, this view. James won it down. Paprotny swoops on it, gave his handball off. Nicely done to Baxter Norton, who, again, just kicks in hope. Sitting underneath the footy was Hay. Walker tracks the footy and then hits a left foot kick out wide. Mapley going back with a flight did well. Volta attacked him. Mapley went at the footy and then didn't have it. Volta, though, swooped on the ball, gave a handball away looking for Sulzberger. Paprotny burrowed in, and we'll see another ball up.
Who will land the all-important first blow here in the final term? 90 apiece. The game poised on a knife's edge. James won it down, but it was sharked by Hanslow. He was immediately tackled. McLeod besieged by Davey. They force another stoppage. Tackling intensity hot out of the gates from both teams. James slapped it, Mapley negated it. And they'll go again.
I think we're going to see a bit of this. Stoppage. Early in the piece at least.
Smash forward inside 50 here for the Roos. Procapice leading Hay to the ball, but the boundary line will win out.
So boundary throw-in right on the paint of forward 50 for the Clarence Roos. James and Hay to do battle. It'll be interesting to watch this throw-in. It's held up in the breeze. James got there first. Over the top came Cooney. Two number 7s go at it with Reeves gathering the footy and then happy to see it across the line for another boundary throw-in. All tied up, 3 minutes gone in the final term. First goal critical for momentum and mindset. One down by Hay. Procapice gathered by Paprotny. And we'll see another reset. So we've seen stoppage. The game will open up. I almost guarantee it. It's just critical whoever gets this first one. It's Prokopis. Rather, it was Paprotny that roved it beautifully, and then the finish was excellent. Oscar Paprotny gets his second, the first goal of the last term, and the margin, 6 points.
He started this quarter red hot Paprotny around the ball, a couple of clearances and now a goal. He's just been getting his hands to the football first at these stoppages, and he gets the all-important opening goal of the quarter.
He read it beautifully, didn't he? He just tracked that footy off the contest, roved it beautifully, and Oscar Paprotny bangs home his second goal. Just really important for the belief of the Clarence Roots.
There's probably a slight wind advantage to that end that they'll have at their backs here. And we're looking to make use of it. It will be tougher work for the Demons. We enjoyed the benefits of it in quarter number 3, but it's the Roos who land the first blow, and they look to take it out of the middle through Harper, who just slams it on the boot and drives it in deep. Millwood trying to work his way to the football, and it's spiked out of play. He tossed in, but getting on top around the stoppages to start this quarter of the Roos. Another clearance there, dialing up the pressure on this Demons defence. Be Walker to ruck against Hay. Hay won it down. Paprotny hands to it again. Millwood sent it tumbling to the deck. They scrap for it at ground level, but it's not coming out of there. Paprotny just continuing to get busy around the stoppages. Hay won it down. Henslow hands to it. Walker couldn't get his kick away. Caswell tries to bust through, but Paprotny shuts him down.
I think Tom Reeves has got the job on Oscar Paprotny here.
Man, they need to stop at the moment. He's running red hot. He's Oscar Paprotny. Clarence turning the screws early in the final term. Hay won it down. Philpott wouldn't sit for him. Whacked clear up towards the paint of 50. That is deliberate as it gets. The umpire lets Glover get away with it.
Oh, I think he tried to pick it up, but just stumbled a little bit on
the accidentally on purpose, you reckon?
No, I think it was an accidental. I'm on Team Glover. Ball in. James out of the ruck, rushes it forward. Gapin got there first. He's got Pepin for company, and the boundary line beats them both. No. Now that he gets DDT, does Will Pepin. And we see a ball in.
He's in everything.
He's stepped up this term for sure. I reckon the heat came from Grant Fagan at 3/4 time to his leaders. Harper, Paprotny, Mapley, and co. James, again, with authority, just threw it on the boot though, and it just sits in the breeze. Goes nowhere. Flew out at Kilpatrick. Guess who? It's that man, Henslow, that drives it forward. Clever touch, but there's no one at home. And now they're out. McLeod has a man short in Miller. Miller looks up. He's got Bingham on a short lead. He's got Fulsang by himself out in that direction, and he just overkicked it, but it worked out okay to Wilson. I didn't see him popping up. Boville on the lead. Pepin going back to the square. Wilson sells some candy and went nowhere. Fulsang with a rough kick, and it'll be marked by Fraser Turner, who dropped what he should have taken. Boville gave a hot handball to Bingham, and Turner went in and gathered the footy, and it'll be a stoppage. That was desperate stuff from the Clarence defence after a drop mark for Fraser Turner.
He's a very relieved man right now, Fraser Turner.
Yeah.
That could have been very costly. Still a chance here for North Hobart. Ruslang sends it forward. It's a bit of a blind kick, though, straight to Preshaw, who takes the mark and settle things down before stabbing it wide for Johnston. Working hard for him is Glover.
Oh, it's just a poor kick.
It wasn't a great kick. The bounce, though, fortuitous, right up into his path. Sends the handball inboard now to Gapin. Gapin worked it to Harper, who drives it over the top for Hay. Hay battling with Prokopis. Prokopis did well to win the ball. He's got a problem now, though. The handball picked off by Philpott, returned it to Hay. Davey on the run, stabs it for Green, but it's a really good mark under pressure by Lapham. Stood up under the heat and bails his side out.
Yeah, an unnecessary kick there to Josh Green. Probably should have gone goalward. But Finn Lappin, right in the sunlight, did very well to take the mark. Here's long ball. Johnston, a little hesitant, but got it off now. Hands low with a little bender inside forward 50. Harper went back with a flight courageously, got a hand on the footy. It's gathered by Volta. Volta's handball was really hot. And now, here he goes again. Paprotny gives it off to Gapin. Gapin with a dinky little kick. There's 3 defenders here, 4 defenders for the D's. They've got numbers everywhere. McGuinness gave it off to McLeod. McLeod looks up. His kick is horrible. Gapin gobbles it up. Can be quick if he wants. He's got numbers inboard, but he decides to just hold it up slowly. He's got Fraser Turner short. Maybe only went 15 metres in front of him. Long kick. And look at that. Mapley, that's a mark. Didn't hold it for long, but held it for long enough.
Yeah, it's going to be 52. Well, a bit of lip from McGuinness. He'll make a certainty of it.
McGuinness is fuming. But you just, I said it before, umpires don't take that stuff. Not in finals, not ever. If you want to be critical of the umpires, zip your lip. Mapley for his second. To extend the margin to 12. Makes no mistake.
Well, they've started this quarter strongly, the Roos. They get the first 2 goals of the term. They're responding. And they've done all the attacking, really. The Demons' defence yields another goal there. 12 points the lead. Do they have any fight left in them here at North Hobart? Can they rally back again?
Well, they're trying. They're trying really hard, Andrew Cooling, but they just overkick it or overpossess or panic or are undisciplined. And they've let Clarence open up a 2-goal lead.
And the ball got back inside 50 because it wasn't the most composed work there. Looking at the replay. If it wasn't a mark, it was chopping the arms against McGuinness anyway. I'm not really sure he can complain too much on that one as it's locked in the middle.
I'll go back to that kick. I think it was McLeod that just, again, a kick in hope and hit up Tommy Gapin.
James slaps it on over his shoulder, but turning away with it is Gapin. Slick handball to Hanslow. Bingham bearing down on him. Got his kick into space. Paprotny to it. He's got some support arriving in the form of Turner. Uses him over the top. He'll return it to Paprotny. He can send them inside the forward 50 here. Mapley! Oh, well done. The leaving mark was taken there by Walker. Just got up. Read it better. And intercepts. As Demons' defence under increasing pressure as Walker just strolls round the man on the mark and then fires one out to Pepper on the wing. Did he take it inside the field of play? He did not.
Second grab outside. Both umpires, both boundary umpires were calling that, and well done in the end.
It'll be tossed back in. A 12-point lead the way of the Roos here. Hay just buffets into James and Clarence will go forward. Handball from Norton. Scrap for it at ground level. Caswell might have slipped above the shoulder there. He did. A free kick to Paprotny. He has absolutely lifted in this final term.
Caswell's still going on with it with the umpire. Just zip your lips.
So Paprotny sets it inside the forward 50. Matley flew from deep. Green popped up with the football and snapped it towards the square. The mark is taken back there and the Demons can reload.
Yeah, it'll be Tom Ferguson who goes short to McLeod. Oh, that's chopped off by Gapin. Desperate stuff. The 2 Gapin boys are involved here. Salzburger arrives. And now the umpire circles and says you can't dive on it. And it'll be a free kick. Who's going to take it? It'll be Maxi Gapin. Salzburger did dive on it. I think that's a tough call in those circumstances. But Max Gapin is backing himself from outside 50. There's a number of leads, but he's putting it on his shoulders here. Wheels around, gives himself the extra metre that he needs, and it's through for a rush behind.
A couple of times now, McLeod trying to move the ball out of defence, just missed his target by a foot. Just need to be more precise, he said, but Three-quarter time tubes. You thought whoever hit their targets would be the side to win it. The Demons just missing a few to start this quarter. And again, it's not a great kick. Bingham made it work. High up and under from Barrow. It's a 2-on-1 on the wing. Beauville competed pretty well. Coming away with it was McGann. Hands low now. Worked it onto Hay. Hay will just slap it on the boot and drive it inside the forward 50. Spills out Fuchslang, who just guides it to Pepin. Just tried to finesse it. Spoiled away from him by Gape. And now Green latching on. Handball out the back. And the Demons should be able to clear defensive 50 here. It's another poor kick though. Bingham came in from the side, but it's just another turnover. Straight to Harper, goes across now to Hay. Hay sets it up, he's looking for Mapley. Mapley spoiled away from, but landed in the basket of Glover, who snaps just wide of the mark. They're just holding on here, the Demons. It's all Clarence at the moment. They lead by 14.
14 points the margin. North Hobart just haven't looked like getting it past the centre line. Devine runs his full measure. McGann went back with a flight, did some good body work, gathered the footy, gave it a little bit of pressure now. And Preshaw gets the old 1-2. Runs to the paint of 50, sends it long into the square, and there's a man all by himself. I think it's Blake Philpott, is it? He bends one around the corner. He's bent it too far. He's bent it a long, long way. Out of bounds. No, just inside the line. They got away with one.
Jeez, that was a casual shot from Philpott.
Well, there's a bit going on behind play too. Boundary throw-in.
Devine's just limped off with an ankle injury too for the Demons.
Yeah, he got collected as he kicked. Fulsang got it down to Lapham. Lapham goes out to McLeod. Rush kick. Gee, all by himself, Hay. So Jasper Hay at centre wing. I don't think I've seen it past this point into the forward half at all. Hayes, long kick, little push off the ball for Glover. Glover might get a free kick here.
Yes. Well, just unravelling a bit here for the Demons at the moment.
Against McLeod. I don't know how many times I've said this over 10 years of calling Southern Footy League, but you just have to keep your head in finals footy. James Glover already got 2 to his name. He's got a magnificent bowl cut. We love to see it. He likes it off the boot. He's happy with it too, and he celebrates. Take a bow, James Glover. He's been excellent. His third. Now the margin is 20 points.
They just paid for the push there against Barrow. Glover certainly made sure the umpire saw it. One umpire didn't pay it, but the other did. And 20 points now looks a pretty emphatic break. The 16.5-minute mark. It's been all one-way traffic here. It's 14-6 apiece heading into the term. 3 goals to 2 to no score. North Hobart just haven't been able to move the ball beyond halfway. The wind has certainly been a factor. But they just can't move the ball beyond halfway. It's a wall of white that seems to have been erected there right now. They just keep turning it over, coming out of the back half. It's going to take something pretty special from here. The Roos well poised to take their place in the big dance with the Bombers next week. One down. Just volleyed out of the air by Norton. Didn't get much on it. Went straight to Volta. Volta's kick towards the half-forward line. Kilpatrick kept his feet. Can he keep his head here? He closes to 45. He sets it right to the line, but arriving in the nick of time was Preshaw. And he fists it through from a behind.
It's their first score of the term, Andrew Cooley.
It's been a rare venture inside forward 50 for them. Been hemmed in for most of the quarter. As Clarence will look to swing back the other way here. Johnston, short ball, found Cooney. Cooney keeps it moving quickly over the top to Harper. He's well positioned. Did well not to give away the free kick there. Sulzberger won it too. Gave it back to McGuinness. Back to Sulzberger from a standing start. He blasts to the middle of the ground. Johnston brought it to ground. Cooney spinning through traffic. Then had to get rid of it. Coughed it up to Caswell. Got rid of Hurd, then shared it on the outside. He'll get it back here. No. McLeod instead just opts to blast it high inside the forward 50. spills to ground. Ball to be won here. And it's locked in for a ball up.
All they can hope for here is North Hobart is to lock it in and get a goal. They just need it. We're 18 and a half minutes into the last term of this prelim final. James punched it away. Proprotny got his handball out. Nicely done to Lockie Davey. Davey's kick is good. Glover's been excellent. If he doesn't make their best players today, I'll be shocked. He's been fantastic. Long roost down towards Green and Cooney. Cooney's so clever. Look at that. Look at that step, but he's tackled hard by Walker holding the footy. Sore ankle for Bailey Walker. That was a great step by Cooney. He just couldn't get past Walker with those long levers.
Yeah, he couldn't quite find the safety of the line either. Walker able to execute the tackle before he got across. Dire times now for the Demons, though.
No movement whatsoever for him, so he has to blast it long down the line. Floating across nicely. That's only Preshaw.
Feels like they're running on fumes a bit here at the moment, the Demons. This game was played at a frenetic pace for 3 quarters. Clarence is running it out the stronger. They've got the wind at their backs and they're firmly in control here. Norton, one more goal. Might just seal it here as Norton sets it up high into the forward 50. The flies come, it falls for McGuinness. Ferguson sells some candy. McLeod with a fumble and then a hurried kick will work its way over the top. Glover applying the pressure here. He almost won it back, but it fell the way of Bingham. Flicked it back over his head. Hurd interjects. Spins away onto his left and then drives it right back inside the forward 50. Bounced up towards Cooney. Tries to shrug free. And it's clasped to his chest and it'll be tossed up.
Great effort from Prokopice to lay the tackle there on Cooney. We know he ducks and weaves with the best of them.
He's a slippery customer. He's Daniel Cooney. It's tossed up inside the forward 50. Millwood won it down. McGuinness got a hand in there. Caswell tries to shrug off the attentions of Hanslow, then just handed it. The umpire's whistle had sounded before Turner could fire a shot away.
So their ball will make its way back to half forward. Right half forward for the Roos. It's taking its time and I don't think anyone's in any rush to get it back there, to be honest. They all look cooked. Ball up. One down nicely. That might have been a throw. Walker kicked a man in the shins. Full sang. Throws it on the boot and hits up space. Arriving now. It's Preshaw. And the handball over the top to Turner. He in turn gives it back to Preshaw. Long one down towards Glover who makes ground and then gets pushed in the back. Umpire says no. Tubes. We'll see a ball in. And now Clarence getting a little angry in the coach's box. 21 points the margin. Or rather 19. Pushed back. Proprotny went hard at the man and not the footy. Volta went at the footy and gathered it. Johnston did really well. Gathered. And then a clever kick across the face of goal into the centre of North Hobart Oval to Gapin. Gapin hits up a man in Davey. There's space. Not so much, to be honest, inside the defensive 50 for North Hobart. They've got players back and James doing exactly what he does. Had to move the ball on quickly, but didn't, in fact. He found Green and bending around the corner. It's chopped off here by Ferguson.
And quite land the knockout blow there. Green, but time is becoming a real enemy of the Demons here, and they've made a mess of that, trying to clear off half back again, kick straight down the throat of Archie Hurd. He's got a man on short, and he'll just stab it straight to Turner. Turner plays on, no one on the mark. He closes in on goal, and it just sticks a finger on the way through. They've got him on the ropes. They're swaying and swaying, the Demons, but the Roos haven't quite filled them yet.
Margin back to 20 points. They might have done enough here, the Clarence Roos. They've kept North Hobart to just the solitary behind in this term. Long kick, Gapin sits underneath it courageously. Didn't take the mark, but went back and got it. That's a really clever kick to Glover. Tommy Gapin, again, hits the target, Andrew, and I don't want to say I'm the oracle, but I said if you hit your targets in a final, particularly in the last term, you will win. And this might just be the sealer. Glover's got 3. This for his 4th in a prelim final. He'll kick from right on the paint of 50. May give himself a little bit of extra. Doesn't. Just approaches goal magnificently, and that is a great kick to seal it. 4 goals for James Glover in a prelim final. And the margin 117 to 91 makes 26 points.
Yeah, home now, the Roos. They will set up a rematch with Lauderdale. They've had a couple of close battles with them in recent times. Qualifying final was close. The last time they met in the regular season, perhaps not close on the final scoreboard. It was close for 3 quarters before the Bombers slammed 7 goals in the space of 10 minutes in the final term to get some separation. But they've shown they can stick with them. And it's going to be a very interesting affair next week. Can't wait to bring that one to you. But the Demons, look, they've fought valiantly. They've just run out of petrol tickets here in the final term. The Roos have stormed over the top of them. They're going to book their place in as Harper gathers the football in, hands it off to Paprotny.
His last quarter's been elite.
One of the best quarters of finals footy you'll see from a midfielder.
Mapley was brilliant there.
As Norton guides it, and he spots Hanslow. There's just 3 men everywhere. They're running out the game all the better here. Hanslow dances around one, sets it deep to full forward. It might bounce all the way through. No, it took a second bounce that took it wide of the mark and through for a minor score only. Yeah, just a bit of tiredness from the Demons. The wind factor too. They've just struggled to kick the ball into the wind out of defence all quarter long. They've turned it over routinely. It's been a good fight. The Demons, who last week won their first final in 15 years, and they gave the Roos all they could handle for 3 quarters here today. The Clarence have stood up when it's mattered most. As Cooney swoops on the footy here, pressured by McLeod. Work back out to Tommy Gapin. Can he spot up another target inside forward 50? Just tried to finesse that one a little too much. Jane's able to break it up. His kick, pretty poor one into the middle of the ground though. Allowed in Mapley. Now Johnston. He'll head wide, and peeling off into the space was Fraser Turner. He's got Green on short, but he goes further to Davey. And they're out on their legs, the Demons. 3 men everywhere inside 50. And Davey can go back and extend the lead to 33 here if he kicks truly.
They've already had a run of 5 unanswered goals. This to make it 6. They had players everywhere inside forward 50 there. And Lockie Davey can go back, put the icing on the cake.
So Davey, 35 out. Yuck, just hangs it near side. Won't matter too much as the lead ticks out to 28 points.
Four goals, 5 in this term as McLeod hasn't given up. Sends the ball long. That's a great mark almost to Jasper Hay. He kept going. Gave it off to Gapin. He's trapped in a tackle. 27 minutes gone. The result is all but assured for Clarence. They'll head into a grand final, as you said, to play Lauderdale as Caswell breaks out of the centre of North Hobart Oval. Punched away nicely by Blake Harper. Caswell again. Gave a handball out wide. Ducking back nicely was Sam Wright. Has he got enough on this? I think he's missed. He has. Back to 27.
Well, late in that third quarter, they got out to a 7-point lead, the Demons, and they looked on. Since then, Clarence have kicked all the goals in this game. They steadied late in that quarter. They've simply run over the top of them here in the last as Gapin chips it over the top and he finds Jared Harper. Back inboard for Millwood. Just continue to eat some seconds off the clock here. They're almost at the finish line. Sets it up for Green. James parked in front of him, breaks it up. They'll force a stoppage via Hanslow.
Green a little sore behind play. They don't need that. He's okay. He's up on his feet.
Hate to lose a key player to injury in the dying embers of this one. Green is fine as he gets up, executes a tackle. Caswell tries to fend off Hanslow and he's gone. Holding the ball, advantage paid. Harper drives it wide of the mark.
28 points the margin. Can't be long left. We're into serious junk time. An attempted torpedo's horrible. And Baxter Norton goes wide. Gapin has to sit under it. Volta arrived. Gapin played on quickly. Here's the big fella. In Millwood, he can't get a hold of it. I'll see a ball up. Top of the square. Approaching 30 minutes gone. James trying hard to win it down. Glover put a mid on it. Oh, look at this. This is brilliant from Baxter Norton to bend it around the corner and get a little bit of me time. Kicks the 5th goal of the term and pushes the margin out to 34.
Cue the celebrations for the Roos. Baxter Norton, a classy finish from a classy player.
No pressure.
Yeah, they're out in their
They're
legs.
done. They're done, aren't they? And
they've run their race.
that's just maybe the difference is fitness. They're a quality side, Clarence, and considering how many players they lost last year, let's just think about the feat to make a grand final after losing. How many did they lose? 10?
Well,
a dozen?
It was a fair whack of that list. It's been a really good job. Been a pretty significant list turnover. They've recovered well, and they will take their place in the decider next week against the Bombers, and they'll give them a game. Should be a great grand final. Clarence have just outlasted the Demons here today. Harper out of the middle, feeds it back to Philpott. Go wide for Turner. They look to go inside 450, but the siren sounds and the Roos punch their ticket to the big dance with a 34-point victory over North Hobart. For 3 quarters, it was a gripping affair. It was all square at 3-quarter time, 90 apiece as the Demons threw everything they had at the Roos. But Clarence simply too good in the final quarter. They outlast the Demons and win their way through to the decider. It was a cracking game of football here at North Hobart Oval. A pleasure to bring it to you, but Clarence just too good. The Demons can hold their heads high, but Clarence worthy victors, and they'll get a chance at redemption next week against the Bombers, Tubes Taylor.
They will, and it'll be a great game, no doubt. Just going through the list of best players here, I thought for North Hobart, Caswell tried hard all day. Wilson was dangerous early, so was Jack Miller, sort of floated out in that last quarter for sure. James tried hard all day. Devine was good in patches. Volta came into the game in that second half. But unfortunately, Harry McLeod did all right too. Will Pepin was good. Tom Reeves good as well. Not good enough because the leaders of Clarence stepped up in that last term. And I'm going to say it, Oscar Paprotny might have had one of the best last quarters I've seen as far as willing his team across the line. He was definitely well assisted by James Glover, Daniel Cooney. Hugh McCallum was good off halfback. Tommy Green in that last quarter. Jasper Hay will seem to be everywhere. And Max Mapley in the middle, very, very good. But the contributors across the board for the Roos were just far greater in that last term. And it showed with a 5-goal 6 last term to blow them out of the water by 34 points after being tied at 3-quarter time. It was a clinic.
Yeah, the other one I'd throw in there, Baxter Norton. I'd love to see his score assist for the day. I reckon he set up 4 goals with his kicks inside 450. They love to get the ball in his hands. That's why he just kept picking out targets, particularly early on when North Hobart were on top at passages in the game. They just always had a goal, and so often it was Norton at the heart of it.
You could throw Hanslow and Max Gapin in there too, but goal kickers, Jack Wilson had 4 for the D's, Jack Miller with 3, and then singles to Max Fulsang, Charlie Bovril, Zach Barrow, Nathan James, Callum Kirkpatrick, Josh Bingham and Will Pepin. And for the Roos, it was a 4-pack to James Glover. I thought he'd be close to best on, if not second best on. And then doubles to Hugh McCallum, Jai Millwood, Max Matley, Oscar Paprotny, and singles to Tommy Green, Blake Philpott, Ollie Preshaw, Jared Harper and Baxter Norton. They'd be happy with the spread of goals there, I reckon, Andrew Cooling.
Yeah, well, I mean, the first 6 goals of the game were 6 different goal kickers, and that really set the tone. They always had an option. It was difficult to defend. It was a really good open game for 3 quarters. It flowed, and they just always seemed to have the answer. They blew it open in the final term, but they were made to work for it. Sets up a tantalising rematch with the Bombers next week. Pretty good day for the Clarence Football Club. Their women getting the job done earlier against North Hobart. They do the double, and they'll be taking on the Kingbird Tigers in the women's final. Big day next week for Clarence.
Huge day for the Clarence Footy Club. 11 individual goal kickers out of 22. That's a good return. It's been a great game. Next week's Hobart Airport SFL Grand Final for the Banjos Bakery Premier League will be between the Lauderdale Bombers and the Clarence Roos. Myself, Tubes Taylor and Andrew Cooling will be delighted to bring that one to you from here at North Hobart Oval. We'll wrap it up now. It's the Clarence Roos running out victors in the prelim final over North Hobart by 34 points. Until next time, we'll catch you at the footy. Bye for now.